We think, motherfucker.
Good job, Jake. You know, he's got that one.
See, like that's the evolution you see. We don't have like a clapper yet. So
Yeah.
yeah, Jake.
That's what Jorge should be doing, actually. Ladies
over there tweeting.
and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Roil Talk Podcast. We got a special episode for you today. Before we get started, just want to give a huge shout out to all the love online and all the hate online. We appreciate you all the same. If you guys wouldn't mind, if you're liking the content you guys are viewing lately, we'd really appreciate a subscribe on YouTube. It would really greatly benefit us. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers.
Yes.
And we're at 121.
It's a long journey.
But you know what? A few months ago, we were at 20. You know what I mean? A few months ago before that. Also, shout out to Heck Smoke Shop
Yes, our sponsor.
over in Adelanto, California. Anyone in the high desert area, make sure if you're the type of person who likes to smoke the marijuanas, make sure you go check them out.
Devil's lettuce?
They have all the supplies you need to stay high. So we have a very special guest. I just want to say before we say anything that this is our 21st episode.
Oh, sweet.
And since day one, we've put a list together in our heads of, who we
Yes.
want to have on the show, right? And this particular person came across real quick on our minds. And then now he's actually here. So
Yeah, that's
this is a
very
big
cool.
milestone for us personally.
Big time.
He is born and raised in the high desert of Southern California. He is the owner of a multi-state conglomerate known as The Gym.
Yep.
One, the only, Jacob Lewis.
What's up, guys? Thanks for having me. Welcome, man. Welcome.
Really appreciate you taking the time to come out and hang out with us.
And the missus. Forgot
Yeah.
the missus,
And
bro.
the missus, I apologize.
What the fuck?
She's the brains behind it.
this is a
right?
power
She's the
couple.
brains.
This is a power couple.
Introduce
right
the
here.
missus, Joe. Gee. Yeah. You don't know who she is. She just showed up.
What's funny is the last 3 days I put an intro together, wrote it down, read it in my head, and then just today, an hour ago, he's like, "Hey, by the way, Jacob's bringing his lady," and I was like, "Oh fuck, I got nothing." So I
Throw it out the
apologize.
window.
Yeah, and then his better half, right?
Kathy Lewis.
Kathy
Lewis.
I still always want to refer to her other last name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, she's fucking married, idiot. Like,
But like karate.
Yeah, it does have a good ring to it.
No.
It's still hard for me to get used to.
yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Do you call her by that name, or how does it like?
No.
Lewis now.
Yeah?
I changed my name.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
it's
all done?
official.
Yeah.
Done.
How long does that process take?
Not that long when you go to the security's office. Like that's what you got to do.
The Social Security?
Social security
Yeah, yeah.
office. Yeah, security.
Now she's in the British corporation.
Oh.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, now we're talking.
on
water.
your-
Sure, I'll take a water.
Prime
Yeah, thank you.
T.
On your last, the Stay Classy podcast, I heard you talking about some of that British and breaking down some info.
Yeah,
That was a good pod.
thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Did you guys work out this week?
Absolutely.
Dang,
I
every
did.
day.
I did. Yeah.
You're just getting back into it from your surgery?
Yeah, it's different when you have surgeries after you turn 40. Definitely. It takes a little bit longer. That's for sure.
Yeah, you're feeling it?
Yeah, but I'm feeling good right now.
Okay.
I switched over to the carnivore diet, and it's making a big difference.
How long has it been? You've been on it.
Almost 2 months now. I've always been I've always leaned that way. I have a grandma that's 104, and she's lived heavy off of animal products her whole life. And so that's always stood out to me because I remember her more fat. You need to eat more fat. And it was all animal fat, obviously. And then if you think about what the system has done in the last 40 years with the fat-free and fat's bad and cholesterol is bad and all that, it all makes sense. If they say something's bad on the media, you need to look the other way. Beef's bad, eggs bad, okay, I'm going to probably eat that. Vegan, all this fake meat and all this other shit, to me, it's all a way for control and to dumb down society over a period of time.
Yeah. So you've been on this carnivore diet and you feel way better.
Oh yeah, mind clarity, energy, without working out from the surgeries and stuff, body fat's down. I haven't lost a lot of mass. Basically, it maintains you a lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you want to break down what your intake is on that, what you're doing?
So here's the beautiful thing with it. I hired a holistic doctor, which I'd love to pass her number around to you guys if you want it.
Done.
She does a lot of our bodybuilders and stuff out of our Arizona locations, and she's like a whiz on the real history of what's gone on specifically in our country over the last 100 years or so. And basically the first 90 days it's butter, bacon, beef, and eggs. There's no max. You don't have to like, when you get your body adjusted to using animal fats as fuel over carbs, because carbs have been introduced to society heavily over the last 100 years. Vegetables, I mean, unless you can find like a verified like heirloom seed to a vegetable, they're all bullshit. Like,
Well, most of it's GMO right now, so
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
get a seed no more on stuff that should be producing seeds, so you could regrow it.
Yep, and they've genetically modified these fruits and vegetables to attack us, to make us sick. I mean, look at cancer, look at just everything. Look at the health. They want to turn everybody into a client, because a sick, weak person, one, is easy to control, two, makes the pharmaceutical companies, the medical and all that stuff more money, right? They're looking at it as a business, not as a way to help people.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that everybody should take a look at. There's a bunch of really good doctors on YouTube. I'm surprised they're not censored on YouTube, that go into like the science behind it and how, like, it's like, if you think of it like a race car, if you go to the AMP and put some 87 octane in a race car, it's going to run like shit.
Yeah.
So if everybody thinks back to like maybe even today when they ate something, they kind of like got groggy or felt like shit afterwards.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Your body is telling you, no, get away from this, get away from this. And when you're on animal fats and products like that, you don't feel like that after you eat. Your energy goes back up like it should,
Right.
Because it's fuel.
Right.
So definitely something to look at. Jordan Peterson, I don't know if you guys know.
Hell yeah. I was just going to tell you when you were done talking.
He like pretty much saved his life,
Yep.
like type thing.
Yeah.
And his daughter. And then I have two uncles, both retired police officers that had, multiple health issues. And when they stay on the carnivore diet, perfectly fine, no medications, nothing. One of my uncles had that, I forgot what it's called, where you like start losing hair in spots, and he was like almost diabetic and had issues going on like that, blood pressure medication. He's still on straight carnivore and he has no issues at all.
Wow, that's nuts.
Yeah.
That's nuts.
So-
Have you heard of that in like America? It's like type 3 diabetes. Around the world, it's called type 3 diabetes, but here we call Alzheimer's and dementia.
Well, so that you mentioned that our brain is majority fat. So, what's the word that I'm thinking of? Cholesterol.
Okay.
Cholesterol. If you think of like how they always tell people, oh, you're borderline high cholesterol. We need to get you on these meds. We need to get you on this. Our cholesterol off of the limits that they put on our blood tests. Because remember, who controls all that stuff? Who makes all that stuff up? The pharma system raises these doctors and these nurses. They don't even know what the hell they're doing most of the time to be drug peddlers. So Alzheimer's, when Alzheimer's came like at a peak, think about it. What was heavy when we were kids? Margarine.
Yeah.
Margarine. You could put a stick of butter outside. The animals will come eat that. You put a stick of margarine out there. It's not going anywhere. It's like plastic.
Yeah.
But that was a big part of Alzheimer's and all this stuff that we see. And then you had the vaccines and all that stuff on it too. But our brain needs cholesterol to work properly. So when they're saying that you're high cholesterol, you're probably in the good. So it's very wise for people to get outside of our medical system. And I'll probably get some more hate from nurses, which they've already put me on their radar from COVID. But same with this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's high.
Don't worry, I guess that's two now.
Yeah. So
Flashback.
Yeah.
I advise everybody to look outside of our medical system. And we have a friend, we're in the financial services business too. And with our policy that we offer for life insurance, it has living benefits. And what that means is if you were to get any type of terminal illness, cancer, whatever, you're given less than 12 months to live, our company will cut you a check for up to $400,000 to go fight for your life. People say, oh, money doesn't do anything. It's not going to save you. Well, there's a place in Scottsdale, Arizona that's called Invita Medical Center. They cannot accept any of our insurance. They use a holistic approach along with some modern medicine. But long story short, our friend would have been dead in 12 months. Like, he would have been dead in probably 6 months if he would have listened to the system. He took the check that he got from our insurance company, went to Scottsdale, Arizona, 7 months later, completely cured.
Oh, wow.
A couple of things that they do is they put you on a very, very low carb diet, kind of like Carnivore.
Yeah.
They have you ground 30 minutes a day, which means
Barefoot,
outside at least 30 minutes a day. And then a couple of things that they do, like red light therapy and some other stuff, like heavy vitamin injections, stuff like that. But what I found interesting is they have to in order to do what they do to cure people, they have to send your blood to 5 different countries because it's illegal here to do the tests on the blood to find the markers of what they need to do to cure the cancer. Imagine that. Another thing that they do, they have to send the patient to Mexico for a couple weeks for a white blood cell treatment. It's illegal here. Imagine that.
Yeah.
His cancer is completely cured. And if you really do some research and look into like Dr. Seba and other doctors like that, these people that have been killed because they cured cancer. Cancer is a manufactured by our system. If you look at the Amish community, they do not vaccinate. They eat off the land. They butcher their own animals, so on and so forth. They do not have autism. They do not have ADHD. They do not have cancer. They do not have retardation. They do not have pretty much all the stuff that we see as a heavy issue in this day and age. And then people ask, well, why would the system do that? Well, think about how old are you?
36.
36?
35.
38.
Okay, I'm 40. So when I was in school, kids were kids. They were getting in trouble. They were doing all kinds of dumb shit, especially out here in Lucerne.
Like I tell people, we grew up drinking from the water hose.
Yeah,
Facts.
shit.
We
I
all
was
did.
This
Hot
was,
water.
Yeah, this was a bad idea. I was drinking from the hay fields, the sprinklers. And if you really know that where it comes from, like, oh shit.
That's why you never got COVID. So.
Yeah.
Strong immune system.
He is built different.
But if you look at our kids these days, not all of them, but if you go to a school and you look across the board, you're going to see borderline autism. You're going to see social disorders. You're going to see it all over the place. And a heavy part of that is vaccines and the diet. Like, what are we eating? We're told Lucky Charms are better for you than beef. That's the biggest bullshit I've ever seen.
That's all that folic acid they give the kids, and they can't go to school and focus. You know what I mean? It's a chemical reaction that makes the kid not.
Yep.
And you want to say cereal is bomb, though.
Definitely a meal throughout the whole day.
Yeah.
Not recommended.
That's definitely a late.
Yeah, exactly.
Touch the mic. Who wants some free pebbles? Don't judge me, Jake.
The worst time that you could eat it is at night, and it seems like that's
the best. It's like what they're doing to it makes the brain like want it at night. Like
Oh, yeah.
No, they say your brain's like a muscle, right? So in the morning, that's why you're so like, oh, I'm gonna go to the gym, I'm gonna diet good, and start towards the end of the night, your mind gets tired. So at the end of the night, you're kind of like, well, I could just have a little bit, right? And then because whatever, So.
That's me. I earned it. I earned this shit.
Every night, my chick eats a bowl of cereal like lately.
Really?
Whoa, you putting her on blast? How dare you?
It reminds me of like what she
see her in the
said.
gym
Like,
tomorrow.
How dare you put her on blast?
yeah, that's like
Edit
her
that
little
out,
snack. So
Yeah, that's not cool.
everybody picks their poison.
Special K.
All
Special
right,
K.
can we, we'll come back to some politics stuff, but I want to ask you a couple questions. What's your biggest pet peeve in the gym?
Oh, yes, what up?
Well, obviously, I mean, it goes without saying, re-racking your weight.
Yeah.
Put your shit away, people.
Give me a job, be your weight bouncer in Victorville, bro.
Hey,
There's
yeah.
some chooches over there.
Yeah, there's some that I mean, I'll just go up to them and tell them, hey, you want me to go get the ladies at the front desk to help you with this, or are you gonna put it away?
that's a good.
I mean,
That's a great
Get
one.
him, Jake.
you have to.
Is that when you're like frustrated with the person or just being direct? Like,
I'm frustrated because they're not re-racking
Yeah,
their
yeah.
weights, and it's like,
Facts.
dude, if you're doing this here, what the fuck does your house look like? Is your
Preach.
mom still doing your
Yeah.
laundry or what? Because maybe you could get her to come pick up your weights for you.
Yeah.
the worst thing is
Come
when
on, call.
the worst thing is when they tell you it doesn't even matter. Well, it does.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
it
it
represents
does.
a lot of things
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
person.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have they get like, hey, calm down, but I get mad at people when they don't re-rack the weights because not the little ladies can lift all that big weight off the thing. You know what I mean? There's all different kind of situations, and I get mad at the people. I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah. The second thing would probably be stuff on the floor, like anything, like even like trash or anything like that, or somebody just throwing chalk all over. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like that. You're trying to look cool right now, but really you don't have the form, but you're using chalk. Like, what are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
I remember we had the signs posted above the water dispensers, like, don't pour your protein shakes down the.
Yeah, you have to like literally tell people like the common sense stuff.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. That's part of the game.
You had the poop monster for a minute, right?
Apple Valley. Yeah. You don't remember? Oh man, that was great.
Yeah.
It was like a series going on, dude. It was like you were ready to tune in for their clips, like of what was the update.
Did we find this person?
Enrique, yeah.
It stopped, so apparently something worked.
You must have saw him.
It was
like, oh,
Enrique,
shit.
dude.
It was Enrique.
It was Enrique and all that Mexican food at night.
Yeah.
He was the one after the guy because it was
Yeah,
on
he was
his
after
shift.
himself.
It was like on his shift, so he was getting like shit on, I think, a little bit.
Literally.
Yeah.
The best one was when, through COVID and the Capitol and all that stuff, people thought that they could like get fame like by bashing us if something were to happen. So we kicked this chick out of the gym. She's a Russian chick. She was crazy as hell. It was
They usually are.
Yeah, it was going on for a while. So we kicked her out of the gym. She did something stupid. I don't remember what it was. So she goes online, does like this 20-minute video calling me a bitch and, your fucking gyms suck and blah, 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 blah. And like she pointed out all the stuff she likes about it, but it was a bad thing. Like, oh, it's like a nightclub, your stupid lighting and your loud music and this and that.
I see a trailer.
Yeah.
Jorge, get on it.
Yeah. So then she said, she's all, what'd she say? She's like, why don't you put a disco ball in it next, bitch?
Hell yeah.
So I saved this video over a period of like a year, and I got a giant disco ball. We were going to put it in Victorville
Is that why the video came out of the Apple Valley one with the huge disco ball, like the main attraction?
Yeah.
Okay, this
Hope you
makes
tagged
sense.
her. Hope you tagged the bitch.
Oh yeah. No, she tried reaching out to me and telling me that I owe her $750 for using her personality, and I was like, what? Then she sent me a handwritten cease and desist letter.
Handwritten.
And I was like,
Old school.
I mean, I'll give you props for this,
Russians.
but really, like, you tagged us and you were talking shit on us. You just didn't think that we were going to slap back.
Yeah.
And, dude, we didn't even do any paid ads on it or anything, just on Instagram. It had like 40,000 views on it. It was our opening video. I said, public or something about an announcement, and that basically somebody's very excited about Apple Valley opening, put the times that it was opening, it was the next day, and it just went like wildfire, and people were sharing it all over, and
hell yeah.
there was a lot of fun with it.
Yeah. What I remember the one dude from San Diego. Was he?
Oh, Marcus Fit. Yeah, he's a little bitch.
Marcus Fit. We were talking
Marcus,
about
we
that
couldn't
earlier.
remember his name, but Marcus
Yeah.
Fit, dude. That thing went. That was like another one. You'd wait for the clips to come out, like either be Enrique or Kara or somebody.
You guys need a reality show, man.
Dude,
Like, all this
dude.
shit that
The
happens.
gym.
Yeah.
Oh, I like it. The gym.
You know what's funny is because we have some of our team's been with us since day one, and
Still to this day?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
like
nice.
Paula, Mindy. Paula's been with us. Well, we've been in the business since the end of 2012, and she was there before that. She was working there, I think, a couple of years before that. So she's been like 15 to 16 years or something like that. And we've always talked, like, as soon as we came in, because we've always been like hard hitters, like especially on the competition stuff like that. Like, we're all in. We're at war with any other gym that wants to wants to compete. Okay, let's go. We're at war. This is business,
Yeah.
And but there's been so much, but we've always said we need a reality show. And what's funny is, whatever it is, 12, 13 years later, we still need a reality show.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and nothing has changed with it.
Yeah.
It's insane.
It's a lot of fucking work.
So with like so many personalities and so much going on, is there a lot to manage or stuff that drama or kind of that's all? nipped in the butt?
It's to be honest,
She has a good smirk on her face right here.
Yeah.
There's been shit like, because I'm very hands on, and like I'm big on respect. Like, I respect people, I love people, but at the same time, when it comes the other way, if somebody disrespects my people or me,
Take it personal.
I take it very
Absolutely.
personal.
Yeah.
So I am a counterpuncher when it comes to that. But honestly, like, I think COVID really helped out the culture in our gyms because it showed people what we were about, and the people that aren't about it left, and the people that were about it came. Yeah. So it's really like it's its own ecosystem now. Like, people take care. Sure, we'll get somebody in here or there that needs to be booted, but we don't have a problem with that if somebody's trying to creep on women or something like that. We have a zero tolerance. If you check out our night shift guys, they're studs. They've been with us forever too. They walk the ladies out, make sure they get to their car at night. So it's just a different culture. It's,
For sure.
It's, I mean, you guys experience it. You guys all work out there, and you can go to any gym in the country and you won't find that. Like, I've been to gyms all over the country. I have a buddy that is retired Special Forces and literally lives a billionaire lifestyle. He does like shadow security for one of the richest people in the world. So wherever he goes, he goes. And so he goes to gyms all over the world, and he'd come back every time and be like, dude, like this, there's nothing out there like this. And now he owns the TG in Florida. He's this month, he's a year in now, and absolutely killing it. Helped him negotiate a deal.
Where in Florida?
Dunedin. It's the same city that DeSantis lives in. Beautiful city.
Yeah.
It's badass.
I love
Is it like central, southern, northern Florida?
I think, dude, I'm not the best. Florida, it's hard for me to like judge where everything's at because it's flat. Like here, I grew up with mountains around me, so I know like the directions off of it.
Geography.
But it's outside of Tampa. I think like 3 hours. I would probably say north if I'm judging right.
Okay.
Yeah, you ever go to like the East Coast and like how their streets are?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like here, it's like a grid, right? Where like you either go left or right or straight and back, but you go over there and it's like loop-de-loo onto the next highway off into the street. You're like, what the?
Yeah, kind of like San Diego is a little bit like that too.
Yeah, a
Every
little
time I
bit.
go down there, I'm going the wrong way on streets. I'm like, what? When you get downtown.
Yeah.
There's I noticed a lot of cities have one-way streets.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna go.
What do you
the
mean
wrong way.
one way?
Yeah, not used
what
to it
to
at
do.
all.
Especially if you got some of this stuff in your system.
Oh yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
help.
What
It doesn't help.
Usually that's going on.
You're zoned in, but then you're lost at the same time.
They're honking at you and you're like, thanks, buddy.
Yeah. All right, get over.
Everybody's so nice around here.
yeah.
They're all flipping you off.
Love you too, bud. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, when you go back to that's how you got my business. So the gym I was going to kept shutting down for every goddamn reason. Fly on the wall. If someone coughed.
Yeah.
You know, hey, cut it off. And at that point, there'd be times I show up to work out, closed. And I'm really big on my lifting. So that's how you end up getting my business. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for not bending the knee.
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So that's literally how you got mine. Like, a lot of people I knew that went to that gym, I see them there now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, man, like I said, that gym to me is just, man, it's a culture. It's a culture. I mean, from your marketing to, I mean, your sweaters are fucking amazing. I have all the Bud Light, Coors Light, all those ones.
That's all Ashley, by the way.
Dude,
She
shout
handles
out
all
to
that.
Ashley
Yeah,
because
he's been after whoever
the marketing,
all your shirts. He's been trying to find out who it is.
The shirts, designs, money, all of them, and they all catch the eye. I'm at work. Where'd you get the sweater at? My gym, bud. Go to my gym. You know?
They're like, what gym? You know,
The
gym.
gym.
They're like, what gym?
I always say the gym. That's
Yeah,
what I say,
that's
the
yeah,
gym.
me too.
What gym do you go to? The
How'd you
gym.
guys come up with that name?
So what happened is when we got into the gym business, we bought franchises that were World Gym. And we were World Gyms until like 2017. So call it the end of 2012 to 2017. We were grandfathered in on a licensing agreement, or not, it wasn't even licensing. It was franchise, but it was flat fee franchise. And the dude so Joyce passed away. She's the Joyco Hair Products was like her and her husband's company that they sold. And she had a little rich, like super soft son out of Beverly Hills, been raised on a trust fund his whole life. And
Super soft. Yes.
so when we
Missionary Joe. Missionary.
if that,
Lucky. Yeah, he gets it.
Jay got it.
so anyways, he was like behind the scenes, you know, running it or whatever. And if you know anything about franchises, like say for example, you want to open a McDonald's. Say you just go build a McDonald's and you use none of their guidelines. They're going to, you know, you're going to be cut. They're going to drop you at the knees. So looking at what they were doing when we built the gym in Victorville, because we had to get out of the shitty spot that was next to Boot Barn over there. That's where we bought it at.
Yeah.
And we started building the Victorville location within the first year. And we didn't want to listen to shit that they said. They had to, like, their guidelines. They would do like a green wall. It looked like a fucking daycare. Red wall, green wall, yellow wall, like just childish shit. So we built the Victorville gym, like, while everybody's telling us, like, what are you guys, fucking idiots? Are you trying to build a nightclub? You're going to go out of business. You got a 70,000 square foot corporate gym going right next door to you. Yada, yada, yada. So we built this gym, opened it up, didn't even tell them shit. Didn't tell World Gym shit. They show up one day and they were like blown away with it. And all of a sudden they start using it for all their marketing, their international marketing. So we're sitting here helping them build their brand.
Without any help of theirs, they come to take.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. So then one day they come at us with, hey, we're going to change everything up. We're going to help you make more money but we're going to charge you $40,000 between all the locations. It would have been like $40,000 a month, give or take, right? In the meantime, we're paying like $2,500. And I was like, wait a minute, guy. So you're telling me that you're going to show me how to make more money by charging me more money, but you've never done shit to help me make more money. You use our gyms and all your commercials and all that stuff. Why is that? Why don't you go use one of your daycare gyms and, see how that works out? So long story short, the guys that own Pacific Beach, the San Diego location down there, which is George Jackson, he used to be the CFO for Gold's Gym in its heyday way back in the 80s, former bodybuilder, and then Rick Stevenson, which is a former Special Forces Army Ranger and also champion bodybuilder. If you look him up, he's a freaking stud. So anyways, these guys were a lot like us because we would always fight with them at the conventions, and they'd be putting all the stuff up on the screen of like what to do like for their marketing, and it would be our stuff, but then also like black sheeping us because we were doing whatever we wanted to do. Like it was like a really weird thing. So we would go and just have fun with it and be stupid, right? Yeah. But anyways, so what we did is I negotiated. We had a gym in La Quinta at the time, and it had like 3 years left on it or something. Victorville was coming up in like a couple months. And so I leveraged, I told Guy, I was like, hey, bro, look I'm not dealing with your attorneys, but I would suggest that you let us out of the contract on the one in La Quinta because we're going to be rebranding with our brand, and it's not going to look good for you if people think that there's a World Gym there and they come in and it's a TG, like that's going to raise questions to like, why are these people doing this? It's probably in your best interest because we're not going to play this game. We're moving on with our own brand. So Mark and I were sitting down one day. We'd already came up with the logos, and I was like, you know what we need to do is the brand's not worth shit right now. So we need to team up with a couple other world gyms that have our same mindset, but also have clout in the industry. Yeah. Like if you look up the history of, especially now today, the gym in PB is what Gold's Gym Venice used to be in the bodybuilding world. In the 80s, yeah. So it's definitely it's somebody that we'd want on our team, right? So we set a meeting with Rick and George, and we go down. We already had the logos and stuff, and we just start talking to them like, so what are you guys going to do? And they're like, well, we could tell you we're not going to deal with this bullshit, but we don't want to ever change again because they went from Gold's to World. Same thing as the original, our original gym up here went from Gold's to World because it was the same type of process. Gold's went corporate. Joe Gold owned World Gym. A lot of people switched to World Gym. Joe Gold died, ended up in the hands of this family. The mom died, and then it went corporate, right? So, long story short, we were sitting down, and I asked George and Rick. I said, "So what? What are you guys going to do?" And they gave me that reply, and I was like, "Well, why don't we go in on a brand together and all rebrand at the same time? We push the brand, we go into licensing it, and we bring a product to the people that is needed, and we take back the industry from all these corporate bankers and all these pussified gyms like Planet Fitness, LA Fitness, 24-Hour Fitness. I mean, I'll say his name. He's a pussy too. Legends over there, Marty at Legends. Like, take the industry back, which he started from us too. But we're going to take the industry back and give the people a product that they need. You want to be able to go somewhere and get in some hot water, put in some work, and be lifted up. Yeah. But long story short, when I asked George that, he said, well, what is it? What are we going to do? I said, well, what do people say when they're going to work out? And he said, going to the gym. And I threw him over the logos, and they're like, holy shit, this is it. And since then, we all rebranded together. Now we're licensing the brand. We have 4 in San Diego. We have the 2 up here in the high desert, 2 in Arizona with a Havasu location on the way in the next year and a half. I would say it's a ground up build. We're teaming up with our buddy that owns a private equity firm. I probably shouldn't have pushed that out just yet, but
you heard it here first, people.
Seriously.
So talk exclusive. I know. I got a question because I know how Havasu works a little bit. And how'd you guys get in there?
So
because it's a small town, it's still controlled by like some of the families. Like they don't let like certain food chains in. They don't let certain Targets not there. They don't let they don't let anything woke kind of go in there. That's what I noticed.
So of course they let the gym there.
They're we've already been in talks with the city and stuff, and they're super excited.
It's cool,
and it's cool too because our buddy that was going around and basically like scouting out like the fitness areas, like asking people. And he said that everybody that he went up to said like, oh, if you're going to build a gym out here, go to there's this gym in Victorville, the gym, go check it out. That's what we need out here. So they don't know yet, but they're already like, they already want it.
Yeah.
So
It's perfect. You got it's right there then.
So Kathy and I are like pretty much like Havasu locals because we have the boat out there. We have a lot of really good friends out there. We were working on a location with the old Havasu Fitness. We were working on a purchase.
Are they were closing or they were selling or something happened, right?
Yeah, they sold and the court bought the building. So through that process, we got to know a lot of the business owners because she was taking me around, introducing me to the people that make a difference.
The fitnessers.
And yeah, and then our buddy Ryan too with his equity firm.
Is he out of Havasu?
Yeah, well, he's got businesses out there, storage,
Okay.
like high-end storage facilities and stuff like that.
He's building those like
barn dominiums,
yeah,
barn caves, man caves.
They have it. I seen the first ones were on the island right there by the boathouse.
Yeah.
Is he part of that or no?
That he helped with, but there's another one that's all him over off of by the Home Depot right there when you come into town, the new one, and then the barn caves are going right next to it, which is going to be how can I say this? It's a development. It's a community. So giant shops on the bottom with a house on top, basically up to 2,300 square feet.
Nice.
Park, because pretty much out there, you got to keep your toys out of the sun and the heat. You got to park everything inside. Like, you have to take care of it.
Oh, yeah.
Or that's the only way it lasts.
Oh, yeah. Especially, like, because our boat's in the storage, but in the summer, it gets pretty hot if you don't put, like, buckets of water and stuff.
It dries everything out.
And then you got to replace the interior, the tires, and whatever else goes in between there. Yeah. But, yeah, that was how the gym started. And it's been balls to the wall ever since. It's pretty cool to see how, like, if you picture what you want, where you want to go and what you want to do and who you want to do it with. I don't want to use the word manifest, but
use it.
Yeah. But like in reality, that's what it is, because our minds are so much more powerful than what we even think. Mm-hmm. Everything that they put in there, and I'm going to always say this. So point people, look up the sky. They're chemtrailing us all fucking day. You think that's for our health? That's one way to dumb us down. Then you add all the food, that shit that they put in the water. I mean, I just saw a study not too long ago where they raised frogs in water from LA and water from all over the place. And all the frogs in the LA water ended up being gay.
What?
Really?
So you think
this is not
frogs.
Like,
this
is real science.
This is real shit.
Nobody fucking with nothing. Just
fluoride and the astrazenogene or whatever the hell it's called hits testosterone, numbs the pineal gland. That's another thing. Everybody needs to cut using fluoride as soon as possible. Your toothpaste,
bad for you.
Water system. Put a water system on your house. Even if you have a well these days. I know the water's used to be good out here. I don't know anymore, but
supposedly we have the best water right here in the valley. Dapper Dang says, but I trust his opinion.
Yeah, for sure, and I believe that. But then you get all the shit from the runoffs and the snow and all that stuff. You don't know anymore.
And then the worst thing, the last probably a few years ago, it stopped. But dude, we had the most freaking outdoor box grows in the world, and all that fertilizer goes down into the system and then it goes into the aquifer because these guys don't care what they're doing. But there's probably thousands of outdoor grows out here.
Oh yeah, that was really depressing for me to see when I'd come out here and go out and see my grandmas.
It's terrible.
They're just tearing everything up. Then you hear about kids getting killed and ran over. And
so check this out. I have a story about that, and my chick still gets on me. But that night that happened, we were coming home from the races. There was a desert race out there, and I had a buggy. So we were driving home with the kids. We came from Camp Rock, and then turned right on Rabbit Springs. Right at the corner of Rabbit Springs, all 4 girls were right there. And dude, my chick's like, hey, you need to stop and tell them, like, get off the road. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, I don't even know where they're going or what's happening. Literally from where we saw them, Jake, it's like a quarter mile down. You could see from like the street, Rabbit Springs to here is where they got hit.
Oh, damn.
And it was by one of the box grow workers that's from like not from here. They're from Mexico. They were doing whatever and they hit him. They're the ones that hit him and ran.
Really? Yeah, and they never got him either. He's like in Mexico or some shit.
The people local said that they took care of it, but nobody ever got like justice for it. This kid, like my chick works at the high school and she sees one of the girls. It's crazy. It's just crazy.
It's sad. Super sad to hear that kind of stuff. And that's where like we need to go back to
that's the
old school shit. Like that's where there should be an area where laws need to go away because somebody needs to be taken care of. And that's the way that I grew up. I mean, out here, man, it was freaking.
What's the Wild West?
It was, oh yeah, for sure. We used to run from the cops on our dirt. We used to instigate and run from the cops on our dirt bikes just for fun.
Was there? Was it only a couple like it is now? Like 2, 3?
It depends. Like they would put more on the weekends, but yeah, there'd probably be like 3 or 4 maybe at a time.
Running around.
Yeah, and it was when I was younger. They were really good cops because they knew how they had to be out here. But then as I got older and then built a house out here and then, I'd throw parties and stuff. And there was cops that were raised by their grandmas and they didn't have a reality on life. So we would bump heads. And then of course, if they didn't catch you on your dirt bike and they knew it was you, but they couldn't do anything, it always built a lot of tension, I guess you could say.
Because in a small town, you got to be more friendly and kind of go. Like, you're not trying to rock the boat. You're going with the flow and keep everybody rolling. You know what I mean? Because this is a truly small town. Because whenever you go anywhere, like, hey, what's your last name? Like, that's how you know you live in a small town when they ask your last name.
Yeah, exactly.
And I just tell them, like, I haven't lived here long enough. You guys don't know me. But it's just, that's how it goes.
Everyone knows you. Everyone knows Adam.
Adam, for sure. Yeah. He's got to talk to everybody at the gym.
I just like
That's how we met.
Yeah, just say what's up. And
he walks in the gym. He's like a celebrity. He's like, hey, Paul, what's up? Oh, Jamie, how you doing? Yeah.
No, but like Jake and I are into a lot of the same things. I respect him, but like the boating, we have a place in Havasu, all the same. You know what I mean? It's just kind of a lifestyle.
Yep, and that's what I'm talking about. Like you brought up the culture earlier. That's what it's about.
Agreed.
And if you think about COVID and all the other shit you see on the movies, the news, it's all to divide us. So if we can continue, which we are, to build a culture of like-minded people, I can guarantee you that if shit was popping off and there was riots and people saw it on the TV that the gyms were getting ready to get like broken into, not going to happen.
No, for sure.
Not going to happen. I know because it was already. Like it's just how it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kind of like Huntington Beach. Did you ever see that when Antifa popped off in Huntington?
Oh, yeah.
The whole town came out. to
Shut them
protect
down.
Huntington Beach. Yeah. They were. It's like doing that bullshit.
But like going into that, you know, it's crazy. Like, not trying to harp on Havasu, but when you go to Havasu and you sit in the channel or you go out on your boat and you like hang out, everybody's like normal American people. Most people you're dealing with drinking, you know, bullshitting with, and they're not troublemakers. They're usually business owners or some type of, you know, hustler or high up, and they all look out for each other. Like they stick together. So you know, like if some shit popped off, there's no bullshit. They shut it down and get out of here. You know what I mean? Like
for sure.
it's
Speaking of that, when the BLM shit was going on, which those were all like they would pay to send groups of people and stuff. We were in Havasu when that was going on, and we were at the Havasu Fitness, which is on the top of Acoma.
Yeah.
And I think the girls had the car or something, so there was me and a couple other dudes. We happened to walk down McCulloch right there, right after the BLM protest went through. Dude, every dude out there was loaded down with every firearm in the back of his truck, backed up all the way down McCulloch. And then here comes me and a couple of my buddies after the BLMers, but I mean, you could tell that we weren't there for the protest. We had like with a couple military dudes, you could tell by what they're wearing, what I was wearing. We were walking by and I was like, oh, I like your hat. He's like, yeah, you sure about that? They're ready to fuck some people up.
It's crazy because you'll be pumping gas and you look over and this dude's got a fucking big ass revolver. But what I'm getting at is you don't fuck around there.
Yeah.
Like you don't. There's no like fucking around. Like it's respect or not. Like you know what I mean. And most people just keep their mouth closed and carry on.
Yep. And that's how Lucerne used to be, but even more aggressive, I would say, than that. Just protective and just like. Nobody came out here and fucked around. Nobody fucked with kids. Nobody fucked with women. If they did, that was the end of it.
Yeah,
like,
you go take care of it. Yeah.
Yep.
So now you guys are in Victorville?
Yeah, Spring Valley Lake.
How you like it over there?
It's cool. I mean, it's fun fighting with the HOA, and I mean they've gotten off our back a little bit, but it's different.
Like, great, he moved here.
Oh man, I got stories on that one too.
But it's a perfect location for gym locations for you. Like
in
the middle.
Sure. Yeah, right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's the community's awesome. It's the same thing. Like I mean, they were holding like rallies for Trump and stuff back in the day, and the majority of the people in there are the same way. Not all, but the majority. And it's cool being able to, take a golf cart, run through the golf course, go to the Narrows. We have a boat that we keep in there, and we enjoy it.
Yeah,
I would still like. I would like to have another place out here though.
Yeah.
Just to have.
Just out here?
Yeah.
Yes, sir, no?
Yeah. Just out here. There's for sure. I mean, I built my first house that I ever built over here off of Cody, and ended up losing that in 2008. But definitely we'll be building something out here again.
Yeah, hell
Have a
yeah.
compound.
A lot of people are actually coming out here from the city, like the Victorville, Apple Valley, Sperry area. Like slowly but surely they're venturing out.
Well, as it like fills up in Victorville, like starts to,
Yeah.
it's like a disease. It's spreading.
Seriously, that's just a California disease right there.
Yeah. It's gonna go across the state though here.
So how you talk about your gym and the culture, as far as like how you said you wanted it to be like Venice Beach in the 80s, you know, I like hands down, like with your gym, very patriotic. You know, it makes people proud to be in America, especially when you see everyone walking around with their patches on their bag.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's pretty cool. It brings that back. I feel like if the gym was around the 80s, Arnold and Sly be working out there.
Oh,
you
for
know?
sure.
Like, that's the vibe it gets. Like, I always tell everybody, this is, and I mean this, no offense to Planet Fitness and all you other fucking
Fuck
chooches
'em.
out there.
Fuck them.
I mean, the big dogs and the alphas work out at the gym. And I mean that. And I mean that as far as everyone who gets up early and gets on their grind to, I just feel like the big dogs work out at the gym. And yeah,
Ser-
like, yeah.
People
and
that
I
are there
really
to
feel
get
that
shit
way,
done.
You know? Yeah, they're a handle.
And that's what's cool too is like, I mean, obviously we get beginners every day, but to me, like, if I was beginning at something, I would want to be with the badasses right away. I don't want to get coached by the ones that are eating fucking Tootsie Rolls and donuts.
And pizzas every Friday.
And hand it out.
Tootsie
Yeah.
Rolls too? Damn.
Tootsie Rolls
Yeah.
missionary, Joe.
I do want to say your snack selection or
This fucking guy.
Oh, bro, those fucking cinnamon
He'll
rolls.
come
are
back with
great.
a handful. Like, hey, you guys want anything? I'm like, Joe, come on, bro.
Those pancakes, those filled pancakes. That's all
Yeah.
Megan. Megan handles all the retail stuff. She kills it.
Yeah, it's an argument with my son every morning. Come on, bro, 2 for $5 on Crustables. Get your fucking iron, bro. We're not here to eat PBJs. I need it for my pump. It's like,
I
dude,
love
just
it.
Go work out. Like,
Yeah.
But with that, like, yeah, we attract, like, people graduate from those gyms and then come to us.
Agree.
And some people, maybe they need that, but at the same time, the people that are just starting, I think it's better to start at the top and then look around and use that as your motivation or ask questions to people. Like, they see you squatting 400 pounds, like, in a good form. How'd you do that? Of course, you're going to be like, this is what you need to do. Don't try this, though.
Yeah.
You know, and be coached by people that are serious.
Yeah,
One
yeah.
of your strength coaches, Victorville, he's like ranked
We-
strongman, like
yeah,
world
Aaron-
record. Wasn't
yeah.
he just performing this weekend?
Yeah, he just got the California's strongest man. We were down there in Huntington Beach.
I seen on your thing he was throwing those kegs.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah.
I was just, after hernia surgery, I was looking, I was like, oh, man. I don't
Get in there,
know
Jake.
if I-
Get in there.
Yeah,
Get in
no,
there.
I don't know if I
Is
could ever
it-
do that
is it-
shit.
how long's he been with you?
Aaron and his wife, Yenny.
Yenny's cool.
Shit, man. They've been
That's
with
Apple
us.
Valley, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yenny's
yeah.
cool, dude.
Yeah.
She's cool
Yeah,
peoples.
She's
really
always
good
bugging me
people.
to bring her a coffee if you're watching this.
She knows how to work it.
Yeah, she's cool.
They've been with us. Shit, man. I want to say it's close to 10 years now.
Wow.
Okay, so
Yeah,
wow.
Aaron and Al too. Al, he started with us as front desk, and when he's at the front desk, you know, he's super jacked, super nice guy. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, what do you mean? Like, because he had a job there, and then he had a job at Rite Aid as security, and then we helped him get his training cert, and now he's one of the top trainers in the high desert.
Hell yeah.
He's
So-
the taller, like
Tall black dude, super shredded.
Yeah, he's like
Victorville.
leaner, but
Yeah.
bald, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, Al.
He was at Apple Valley a little bit, then he's not been around since.
He pops in and out.
Yeah.
So when I've seen you in the past, I always see you work out with individual trainers. That's something you do, or just give a trial to each one? Or
So in the very beginning, when we were building the training program, I started work like with Al,
Yeah.
Aaron. I mean, still work out with them until this day. But what I would do is I would go and work out with them. They would coach me on working out, and indirectly they wouldn't realize, but I was coaching them on business.
Yeah.
And the ones that I've worked with are still with us today, and they're our top trainers. So it worked. And now, you know, they have their own businesses in our gym, and they keep 100% of the money, and
That's cool.
it works
That's
out.
super
Yeah,
cool,
we heard
man.
that. Soonlay mentioned that about your guys'.
Because you have their clients need a membership to come in, right?
Yeah.
So either way, it's
Yep.
a win for you and win for them.
Yep.
You got what's her name over there? She's kind of a big deal trainer. She brought Nikki.
Nikki and Janice. Yeah. Yep.
Nina came and a few
Nina,
other girls. Yeah, they're all cool peoples.
Yeah, they're freaking savages when it comes to training. definitely the OGs in the high desert of all like the fitness, bikini, and all that type of stuff.
It was funny on that last pod he was on. That I'm not gonna talk about it, but he kept saying OG. You say the guy's expression. He's like, it's like, motherfucker, you know what OG means? He's sitting down.
He's
for
in
sure.
San Diego, so it could be a couple
He's sitting
things.
down for sure.
Some good weed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He got OG and he's going. I'm like, you know what OG means? You fucking chooch.
Dude, yeah, they definitely looked at me sideways on a lot of stuff. A funny story is, so check this out. I'll go a little bit political right now.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
Let's go.
so I mean, we can't not do that.
I gotta
right?
pick your brain because I'm really curious on how you're big on the vaccines, how you're big on the nutrition, how you're big on all the stuff they put in the food. What's your stance on RFK?
I don't trust them.
Okay.
There's some stuff that I've seen, and the way that I look at it too, if you look at the entire Kennedy family, great, that's where a lot of the stuff that's going to be coming in this next year is going to be coming from JFK and the CIA executing him and all that type of stuff. But I don't know, but I would say I don't trust him because just him being this loud spoken, why is he still alive when the other ones are all dead? And that's like a family thing that they had out for them because they were going after the CIA and all that to splinter the CIA into 1,000 pieces.
So obviously they got some info on the CIA, they
well,
have real info.
He thinks he's plugged in.
I think that there's a lot of people that are plugged in, and I personally think there's a military operation going on. A lot of the stuff we see is all psyops right now, but we're going to find out in the coming 12 months or so who's really a fuckhead and who
His
isn't.
VP pick was really off. Like he picked that big tech lady. You see that off the bat? I was like,
That's if you look at this whole situation, what's going on? What's the best way to wake up? I mean, people are fucking asleep, but they are more awake than ever. So if you really think about it, if they needed to get society to a certain temperature to be able to accept what needs to be done, and it's going to be some violent shit that goes on, like not violent, but it's going to be gruesome. Our military, we're going to see tribunal executions, and hell, let me go into this Antifa thing because I'll go into that podcast, and then we'll go on to that a little bit more because there's more stuff that I want to bring up before that to make it make sense. Because you got to tell a story to make it make sense, right? But when I went into that last podcast, I was trying to explain to the dude that was behind, the cameras and all that stuff, which he was clearly on the other side of the table. I asked him, I said, okay, I want to show you something, and I want you to explain to me how this is. And I told him, pick up your phone, type in antifa.com on your search bar, not your search bar, but your browser, right? And it goes to the whitehouse.gov, the most secure website in the world, I would say, most influential. And his instant response to that, Google. Why is antifa.com forwarded to the whitehouse.gov? Google is a mass propaganda tool. Yeah. And they're going to only show you what they want to see. So antifa.com, a terrorist organization forwarded to the whitehouse.gov since the exact day that Joe Biden went into office, is a cookie crumb. Is not. He told me it was hackers because that's what Google said. You can't fucking hack that website. I came from the website world. There's no way in hell that anybody could hack that and get away with it, especially for this long. They would have it down in 2 seconds. They'd be out your front door. You'd be fucked, straight up.
And this was who are you talking to about this?
So this is the guy that was running the podcast. But I just wanted to
did his voice just come in, but you didn't see him sometimes on that?
Yeah,
he would ask like a couple questions.
Yeah, that guy.
Okay.
So going into that, explaining the Antifa.com, what a lot of people don't know is during the Republican prelims, when there was like 16 of them in 2015. I don't know if you guys remember, but when Jeb Bush started running at the mouth and he was on the edge of the stage, Trump told him, "Oh, you're a real tough guy, Jeb. You're a real tough guy. Keep talking. You're gonna be the next one to fall off the edge."
Yeah.
Well, at that exact time, I'm looking at it now. They confiscated it. The story was that they purchased it because he let it expire. But when you have control of the government and the military, you can go and you can seize assets. So at the time, JebBush.com, The story was Jeb Bush let it expire and Trump bought it and put up all their family's dirty secrets. That's right, when he fell off the edge. So that is a troll move, which that's how you have to be if you want to win these days. You got to troll the trolls harder than they
Trump's
troll you.
the best troller.
Oh yeah,
God,
for sure.
Jesus.
Big orange.
So you have that, and then now you have Antifa.com forwarded to the WhiteHouse.gov from the day that Trump flew out on Air Force One to a military celebration ceremony, and Joe Biden flew in on a private jet. If you know anything about how the presidential stuff works, the president does not fly on private jets. Air Force One only. It's one of the most secure places they could be is Air Force One the air.
It's usually if something's going on, they put them up in the air and that, right?
Yeah, 100%.
They go wherever they go. They travel on Air Force One.
But like if there's like terrorist stuff going on, they'll send them up there and just cruise in the sky.
Blast. Like it's like a fortress.
Yep, 100%. So yeah, I just thought that was funny because he told me he Googled. He's like, oh yeah, and he was fine with it. Like he Googled, oh hackers did that, and I was like,
can I say something about that podcast that bothers me a little bit?
Tell him, Adam. Tell him, Adam.
Like I watched the whole thing. I listened to it tough and like, I just certain things I kind of caught on to, and like how anytime you'd be talking about like your experience there or what you saw or what was going on, they'd put a clip which was the total like chaos going on. You're like, hey man, it was like they showed a little bit, but every time like he would be talking about the situation, they'd ask him like, okay, let me go back into this, and you'd be like, listen, if you weren't there, you don't know. You told him straight up. But anytime you talk about it was not as dramatic or chaotic as they would say, they'd put the most chaotic scene like in. There's no rebuttal. Like you can't rebuttal that because of the media is putting out this bullshit. So it started bothering me because I'm like, hey, hold on. Like, why are they doing this to like let him tell his story and put it, but don't like
Talk shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear that?
Yeah.
there it goes.
What was it?
Why my phone ringing?
Probably the government.
Yeah.
That's it,
We
guys.
slid one too many times.
Cut him.
Like us here, you get what you get. There's no, it's raw. We don't like change no angles. There's no editing, time taken off. Like what everybody says is what you hear.
So imagine what you saw with that podcast, right?
Dude, you go brainwash people quick.
Oh, real quick. That's what they do. Dude, when I got arrested for January 6th, the media was putting out there that I was arrested for firearms and felonies.
I heard that. Yeah.
And
I was like, my boy.
but like
He's American.
Yeah, he's got my vote.
Yeah.
But then you take society that's either half asleep or asleep, and they say that, oh my gosh, run it through the international media, put it on the Google page, and like the white Google page had it, and
Joe, what do you call it? The mob, or what do you call them?
The mob?
The internet mob?
The
Or
mob.
It can just make or break you. Really.
Well, it's like I kind of thought about it with you. You've kind of built an army.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And also, that could also be a distribution, right? Like, so you make money on that. And so you built this army. So now when you're talking shit to the other gyms, you're like, come at me. Let's see what happens. Like, because you have an army. These guys corporates don't have armies.
Yeah.
No one supports the corporate stuff.
Hell no.
You made it so mom and pop feel that like you're the owner, your face is right there. By the way, when you opened up on COVID that one day when everyone was shut down, I'll never forget it was on the news. My friends from across the country called me. We're like, yo, what's going on over there? I was like, this badass dude fucking opened up, dude. And like, because all the other businesses, I'm an entrepreneur myself, you know? So all the other businesses followed suit. And I was like, yes, you know, so that's why I come over there too.
That's probably one of the most amazing things that happen after it is like, because honestly, I mean, I'm a shithead. Like, I'm a counterpuncher, like I said, but like, I'm always about what's right. And like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if you put me in a direction, I know that's right. I'm going until I get there. And that's just how it is. But the coolest thing, like looking back on it, I didn't even realize what was going on when it was going on. Cause I was just, like I said, I'm on a mission. I'm on the mission to open as many businesses as I can, get as many people working out as I can, as many people to say fuck you as I can to the system.
Hell yeah.
And what happened is our phones just blew up, and it was literally like 16 hours a day. Like I was having Kathy help. That's when my partner finally got introduced to like the social media side of stuff. Cause I was like, I need help, man. We need to help these people open and coach them and get them off the curb. And just because that's what they want to know is what are we doing? What are we doing? We open our doors and we're there for the people. And here's our attorney waivers. If you like do this, get off the curb. Like all the guys that are on the media. And that's what's pretty crazy too. Cause I was so censored that I think I won't say two because I don't think it was two, but I was so vocally aggressive against the system and the media that they knew that there was nothing that they could do to us besides shut us up. So it only lasted for so long. But you look at Ian Smith out in Jersey. I literally told him, pray to God that your governor comes at you with everything that they got. I told this to everybody. Pray to God they come at you with everything you got. It won't be easy. Stand your fucking ground. Do what you got to do. And at the end of all this shit, you will own their asses because this is all wrong. They cannot.
He won.
Yeah, and he's still going with it. Yeah. And then Lou was the first one down at Metroflex Oceanside. He opened up 8 days after us. And then Ian, I think it was like 20 days or something like that. But that was probably looking back on it, one of the coolest things to be able to be a part of is because I saw what it did personally in our communities. Because like when we were closed for a little bit, when we were working on the gyms, there's people coming to the doors, health issues, this, and I'll just let them in the door. Come, just get in here and work out. Like we're going to be open soon, but just get in here and work out. So knowing what that did, especially at that time in history in our communities, now think of hundreds of businesses around the country, hell, even out of the country.
Yeah.
We're getting hit from everywhere with like helping people like that. And it worked, man, because it definitely woke up a lot of people, a lot of business owners. And then when they came around with the second round, we were still open, obviously. So it had no effect on us anyways. Yeah. But the second round, people really started waking up when they did that. They opened and then they tried to shut us back down. There was a bigger wave then. So that was probably one of the coolest things to experience.
How big, like how much did it expand your network in that situation?
I mean,
could you say?
So much that like, I mean, that's one thing where I fucked up is because like, I was raised different. Like you don't videotape shit. You don't like
enjoy the moment.
Like technically we're doing illegal shit by being open. You know what I mean? So I didn't document enough of it. I did it like through the news and stuff like that. But it's funny how they like change narratives, even on like the Google page and all that stuff. Cause I've watched it. Like I have a very common name. If you Google my name, it would be all the grandma killer stuff at first, then the Capitol. Oh, domestic terrorist, insurrectionist, FBI's most wanted, like all this shit. You know what I mean?
The Lucerne Valley monster.
Yeah. And then, I mean, like even all that stuff, I should have been documenting all that stuff. Like I should have been filing it somewhere. You know what I mean? And then you fast forward to now, you could Google my name and there's, some Capitol stuff. But what they do is because they want to get you in the heat of all of it, where they can spark people the most. And also turn them on you. So if something bad happens to you, it's televised and it makes everybody else be afraid to stand up. So that's what their whole agenda is. And honestly, a lot of people don't talk about this, but it goes back to the Zionists. Are you guys familiar with Zionists? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's who took down Hitler, Gaddafi. They've been trying to take down Putin and also Saddam Hussein. All those are usually touchy subjects with people because of what our school books have told us, which are controlled by all these people. So it's all bullshit is what I'm telling you. If you really look into what Hitler was doing in his area, I'm not a white racist, but if you really look at what he was doing in Europe, he was promoting peace. What does the books tell us? That he was trying to execute Jews and all this stuff. In reality, that was all the Zionists doing all that stuff, which is like to me, it's a form of Satanism. They talk about sacrificing their firstborn, and then you look at like where we are here with Hollywood and all this stuff. Definitely. And all the Satanism. It aligns really close with Zionism, in my opinion. And that's who's been controlling all this shit for centuries, centuries and centuries.
Did you ever see that video of all the bigwigs? Was like Hillary Clinton, Ronald Reagan. They were out there burning the owl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. What was it? Moloch.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen that? Yeah. It's a Bohemian Grove.
Yeah, they say like they do children
the bigwigs go. I mean the Clintons, and there's footage. Alex Jones, shout out Alex Jones.
Yeah,
good friend of Roil Talk. He went there. He videotaped it, and they're all out there dressed like pagans, and they're burning an owl. And it's
huge,
giant owl.
Huge.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
It's like a ceremony, a ritual, some type of.
Well, and we're so like blinded by everything. They put it right in front of our face. They tell us all the time. Symbolism. They in their minds, if they put it in front of our face, the karmic debt doesn't come onto them. Mm-hmm. And there's always a spiritual warfare going on. But right now more than ever, and we felt it, like, I mean, Kathy can talk on this too, is like when you go against the system in a very loud and strong way, they no holds go after you. Spiritually, through your phones, through the internet, through relationships, like you name it, through Antifa, all of it. It's a whole, like, it's something that, like, I mean, there's a lot of people that can't handle it, and I'm not saying I'm tough like that in any way. Luckily, I had a lot of really good people around me during those times, and Kathy too, for like protection and all that type of stuff. But people, I wish that there was a way that people could experience a little bit of it, because like I said, you have to get in hot water to get hard.
Open
right?
your eyes, yeah.
Yeah. So if people were able to just experience a little bit of it, they would open their eyes to everything around that we've mentioned today. Instead of worrying about some fucking NFL that's an entertainment company, that all that shit's bullshit. Yeah. All that shit's bought and paid for. Like, that's a distraction. Right. It's a massive distraction. You're wearing another dude's name on your back. What the fuck are you doing? Worry about what you're doing for this country, for your family, for your community, and everything else. And where would we be?
Mm-hmm. I honestly think it's like something you've already talked about, and everybody wants to be comfortable these days. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to be uncomfortable or go through trial or tribulations or just the grind, to get to where you need to be. And that it shows why society is going the way it is. Yep. Truly.
Soft.
Crocs and joggers.
Dude, I like...
Jake, make it a rule, bro.
I have...
Croc alarm. Make
dude.
The lunk alarm.
I'm gonna put a stick. I'll put a sticker with the Crocs and the cross through.
Can you do the Crocs and the broccoli haircut?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I know.
Sorry, guys, but...
Pajama pants?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, that's a good example, though, right there, of, like, us as older men, making sure to be influence on these younger guys. Like, I talked to these kids straight up. I went to the Apple Valley High School, and there was this kid that probably needed my advice more than anybody, and he was the smartest ass in there, right? Which I'm cool. I was that dude too at some point. And I'm talking to these kids, and I'm telling them, look it, I fucked up in my early years, but I still worked and built towards it. What I'm telling you right now is something that I wish somebody like me was telling me at your age. Mm-hmm. And you can either take it or leave it. And what that'll do is that'll either put you 40 on your mom's couch or 40 on a yacht. What do you want to be? And so this kid, one of his questions, he raised his hand, and I was like, what's up, dude? He's like, so how old are you? And I was like, 40. And he said, so do you own a yacht? And I was like, well, it's funny you ask that, because last weekend I was just on a Lamborghini yacht with Chuck Liddell, and we own 2 boats. So does that count? And before that, I was talking to him about building himself and, becoming a man, focusing on himself, his body, his mind, his career, all that type of stuff. And don't focus on women right now. And I was telling the women the same thing. Don't focus on boys right now. And if you don't focus on that right now and you focus on yourself, later on, you're going to be able to have the cream of the crop when it comes to a spouse. Mm-hmm. And he said something, dang it, I forgot what he said, but he said something. I was like, oh, that's at the end of the whole, like, oh, Chuck Liddell and the Lamborghini yacht. I was like, oh, and by the way, because I was coaching him before that on a spouse, I said, by the way, I have a banging hot wife, and, like, you could take my advice or leave it, but if you don't, your neighbor's going to be banging your wife when you're 40. And everybody in the room, but, like, even the teacher came up to me after that, and she said, nobody talks to these kids like they need to be talked to. They talk to them about going to school, and I was telling them not to go to school. I was telling them to build something of their own, build a brand, build a business. And because she was telling me that the teacher that came in right after me was complete opposite, right? And she thanked me and said that, because she's like our age, and she grew up more of our generation, right? So she gets it and she sees it day to day. Like, she literally has to have a phone box in the room to take kids' phones. And she thanked me for talking to him like that, because apparently nobody else is talking real shit with the youth at the most important time. Yeah. And I think that's where we're losing this country.
Well, it's like nobody wants to be uncomfortable. They don't want to tell the kids, just hey, do whatever you want, play, but I think wear your Crocs and play PlayStation all day. You know what I mean? Be a streamer, a gamer. Nothing against them, but, like, it's not for everybody.
I'm getting a no Croc sticker for the gym.
Dude, Croc alarm, Jake. I'm telling you.
Croc alarm?
Croc alarm, like the lunk alarm, Croc alarm.
Yeah.
Do you get calls about the music a lot?
Not so. I mean, No, because the staff just knows how to handle it. The team, we let the team DJ. So,
Right.
I mean, why not? Like,
Are you really going to micromanage music, though? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
there's people that do it, but honestly, like, either people, the last one was in Apple Valley. Some older dude asked me to turn the music down, something. I was like, sir, you're the only person in the last 2 years that has asked me to turn the music down. And he said, okay. And then he walked away, and he's still a gym member. So, you just have to, it's how you talk to people. You can't cater to everybody. At the end of the day, we have a product to uphold. We have a mission to uphold, and not everybody's going to like it. It's okay.
That's good.
Facts.
Yeah.
Shout out to
that.
the Victorville morning crew, 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. They play the tunes, Jack. And they got Ozzy going, Creedence going, Metallica's going.
yeah.
You know what's funny is I used to go harass Kara about her country music. I'm like, God damn it, Kara. Like, I'm not a country person. Like, it'd be a good jam and then country. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck, I don't want to shoot my
that's-
dog.
that's
My
a-
truck isn't broken down. I didn't lose my girl. Like, hold on.
Can we put some clock back on,
So
please?
I used to be like, Kara,
Yeah.
what, like, she'll be like, oh, yeah? More country. And now I'm like, I don't even fuck around and go say nothing to her. Like, she taught me well. Like, I'm like, nope, I don't say shit.
Joe likes it.
Like Katy
Yeah.
Perry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe likes it.
You can tell who's clocked in by the music
Oh,
that
yeah.
comes on.
For
You're like,
sure.
oh, Kara
I know
must be
exactly
here.
who's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's cool though, because then it gives the team like that ownership,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
that's a big part of it. That's actually, Mark, I give him 100% credit for that, because he's been more on like the music and stuff. But once we gave it over to the team, and there's sometimes we have to like, hey, like maybe this song, because of what it's saying over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
Like
Face
this
down,
song,
I'm
cool with that.
That's the way we like to.
I'm too white to say that word, especially on camera. So
Yeah, the N-word.
yeah.
No, but there is some of this newer music that you can't understand. And it's the same
the
thing
mumble
over
rap
and over and
bullshit.
over, like you say. And I'm like, all right, can we change the song? But usually the music's good because I've been forgetting my headphones, here. And I'm like, that's not too bad. I can get down with this. So
what I do when I work out is I leave one in, but I'm listening to like something educational, like a podcast or something about what's going on a private server, politics, whatever. And then I get the music portion of it from the gym. So I'm still like rocking
So when
out
you do
in my
your
head.
set, you tune into the music, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay,
I like
it's rock,
it.
and then
I
you're
like
like, okay, let's calm down. Like,
Because I just feel like I don't know,
That's
like
genius.
just all like the system. Like if I'm gonna watch TV, it's gonna be something that I trust and that I can educate myself. Like I'm not gonna go watch some bullshit movie, because then I'm gonna see all the woke shit, and I'm gonna see all the CEI money and the GI money. Like, oh, here's a good one for you. We were having a conversation with Chuck Liddell, and I was just giving him props and stuff for like remaining true, like one of us, right? And then he brought up a story. He's like, dude, in the last 12 months, I think he said 12 months, I have denied 10 big screen movies because I start, like, it'd say it's something old school, like a Rambo or something with masculinity that they want to take and really fuck up.
Yeah.
So it like removes that out of people's minds. Kind of like Bud Light, stuff like that. He said the last 10 scripts that I read before signing the deal either wanted me to turn into a gay guy in the movie, or there was a little boy that they were going to transition into the girl as part of the storyline. And every single one of them, he said, needless to say, I'm not in any movies coming up.
how'd you link with Chuck?
So Chuck, we went to a digital mastermind, and Anthony, which he's a pastor out of Ventura, brought him there as part of like just like linking up, and we were going on the Lamborghini yacht and all that stuff. Those things, that's what I really recommend for people. Like if you want to go on a vacation, you're going to go spend 10 grand or something anyways, start looking at these masterminds. They are beyond, the networking is beyond, like now, like we're doing a men's retreat with Chuck Liddell, Ray Cash.
I saw that.
And Anthony.
New Mexico?
Yeah, New Mexico is the first one, and then we're going to bring it out here to like Big Bear in this area, utilize the gyms and stuff. But like, especially young men and women out there that are looking like, that have like a urge to like do more, look into that type of stuff. Instead of maybe buying your first car at 10 grand, like invest it in yourself into a way that you could build instant relationships.
Well, the networking, like if you want to elaborate on that, dude, it's priceless. Like what you can connect and make that relationship, and once you have it, dude,
the
change the world.
friendships that we've built by going to those which were with people that were complete strangers before that we've never met,
But
like-minded and very successful. And I mean, like Don Lear Jets. Like, we're on a calling basis with him now. Whenever we go to Florida, we're going to go visit him. You know, like how are you going to get that by even going to college?
So do you think it's like, I noticed this, but like for the viewers and people, it's a thing of like when you sit down with people with the same mindset, everybody wants to do good.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever you're doing or that person's doing or you're doing, everybody supports or tries to help or take a piece of that and put it together. But that's what I think is the biggest thing in those masterminds is everybody's there to help each other do better.
So this is the perfect way to put it. Like, so the only thing that I really know that is 100% factual is my life and what I've done. So I look backwards on my life, right? And not that I'm on the top of the totem pole, you know, I've done this, I've lost everything, I've started back over, whatever. But all I've done my whole life, I didn't go to school, I didn't have any mentors, nothing like that. Mentors outside of like, you know, my in-laws that are my uncles that were cops. I looked at them as like, this is who I want to be like, not these guys that are shooting people and doing, you know, whatever they're doing, right? So I look back and I like put together my life of like what made me the way I am, one. Two, what got me to this, you know, because I'm grateful. So just like reflecting, right? What really got me to this situation? And it was taking care of people, networking, putting people together, never asking for anything. Like if somebody sells cars, hook them up with somebody that's buying a car. If it works, great.
Both will meet.
Somebody sells weed, this is my guy. You know, somebody does this is my guy. Then all of a sudden, over a period, when you come through for people continue to come to you for help, legal advice. Like not that I'm a lawyer, but I've been through every fucking court system there is. I took Yamaha through a 5-year court battle to the Supreme Court, lost it because it's just how big corporations work in the federal court, which Trump is showing right now with how fucked our courts are. Yes. So like even stuff like that, like I'm guiding multiple people right now through lawsuits that probably equal anywhere from 150 to $200 million. And because of my experiences, not because I'm trained, not because I went to school for it, but just doing stuff like that. I don't want anything in return. Like, this is you. I want to see this. I want to see what you're going to do with this, you know? So same thing. And like, that's how the gyms got here. You know, all of a sudden I was a member at 24 Hour Fitness. I was dating one of the personal trainers there, and the fitness manager of 24 is my business partner now. We started the gyms together. We're still building them, you know? So it all goes by networking and taking care of people. Like if there's something that I could help you with, dude, all day. Like, why not? Like it's going to help somebody else. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that all that stuff is just all karma that I believe comes around. You have to work for it. You have to be able to put your balls on the table and say, let's go. You know what I mean? But, yeah, that's probably one of the biggest things. Like if I could put one thing into the youth, like every single youth, is that right there.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. When I was younger, I did a network marketing thing, and I had to pay $500 to join this company. But the main thing they had in there were these motivational classes and whatnot. And they tell you what books to read and whatnot. And I did that like at 18, but to this day, I'm like thankful. Like I did meet some great people, but just the mindset instilled in me, I was like, oh, that's it. Like I understand this, you know?
Yeah, it's pretty cool when you look back on stuff like that.
Right. Huh? Do you guys ever think, any of you guys here, like what would your younger self think now? Like your 20-year-old or 18-year-old self, if they see you, like what would they think? Like, are you where you want to be? Are you like close to it? You know what I mean? It's a hard one, I know, but.
Well, I could tell you in my yearbook, all the teachers that signed it are telling me do not end up in prison and do not end up dead.
Nice.
So,
hooligan.
So considering, but they all loved me too, because I wasn't a bad kid. I was a wild kid. Yeah. And it's also, this is another thing. Any kids that are listening to this that are in high school that feel like there's bullshit getting fed to them, whether it's a story in a book or a history book or whatever, it's probably bullshit. Like looking back on what I resisted on in high school and how I was then, it's the same shit now. It's just on a bigger level that I'm calling it out.
Yeah.
So I don't really have an answer for that. I mean, I've been airlifted 3 times. I've been resuscitated 5 times, and
Yeah.
so
I think
I guess as I'm still alive.
Peterson, Jordan Peterson, Ben Shapiro. I see like a lot of younger guys looking up to those.
Oh yeah,
you know what I
that's
mean. Like
good.
you said, I feel like they are waking up and like because that's what they're seeing on their phone, and that's what we need them to see, right? Is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind
like
of talk. And
Andy Frisella.
You like Dan Pena?
Oh yeah, I love that.
He's the
dude.
fucking man. I put him on
hilarious.
sometimes, and people are like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "Oh, never mind. Sorry."
he's got such a
right
mouth
away.
on
I
him.
know, like we're not the same people.
They're fucking with him pretty bad. He's massively censored too. Yeah, I
They
don't.
say
I
he's
don't
died out. You don't see him as much.
No, you don't.
They're
Like it
censored.
sucks.
You don't see as much of Jordan Peterson anymore either.
Well, they're
Like,
going
Tates.
after Andrew Huberman next.
So-
oh yeah, Andrew's died out.
That's like
So-
what you said. They like
'Cause
just
election
cut you
year,
off.
Oh yeah.
They
So
close
like
your platform.
I've done a shitload of podcasts from the day that I was arrested till now. Every single one of them, besides this last one, whenever it gets put on YouTube, anything to do with January 6th and my name, gone. Gone. So
Just
what do you think?
disappears?
Just no, they're censor it, bro. Same thing they did with all my social media accounts and all that shit. Her page is still like, both of our pages are so shadow banned that like we can't. I mean, look at the gym page; it has 24,000 people on it. We've been through the international media 100 times, and we can't put a store on our page because it's so shadow banned.
Jeez.
Yeah, like doing like with the way
Joe.
that
So there is
market-
side
Grandpa
effects
Joe.
to.
Oh yeah,
There's
Grandpa Joe.
there's side jabs that they come play
Yep.
with.
But it definitely like I mean we still have a platform, so that's great. It has a good following, but it's the grassroots, man. What it does, it takes you back to square one. The only thing that matters is taking care of people. Fuck all this other shit. I mean, what are they gonna do? They're gonna fine me more. They're gonna hit me with more attorney's fees. They're gonna. What are they gonna do? Like, what are they really gonna do at the end of the day?
I think you're 100% right. Like, I mean, you know more than me, but if you really help a person, like individually, that person's going to come back and like help you. You know what I mean? No matter what the masses are going to say, that person takes that that relationship and goes, you know what, dude, he did right by me. I'm going to do right by him.
Yep.
So that goes a long way. And you
Well,
know,
that's a big part of what got us through the all of it, the COVID chaos, the Capitol chaos, all the stuff behind the scenes on that. That people like they just think, oh, like you really have to think, what would your life turn into right now if across the international media they put you down as an insurrectionist, domestic terrorist, white, racist, homophobic, child beater, because she checked a 16-year-old that was coming at her like an adult on social media in the international media.
you don't want to crawl under a rock almost, bro.
Well, I
You're
mean, or you're going to be ready to fucking fight.
Yeah.
Like, because that's what it turned into. I mean, like, we put security systems and stuff on the house because they were threatening our dog and shit was going on. Antifa, Malteef, Cocktail, Victorville. But they're too fucking stupid to realize that it's a brick building and it just burned all the paint off. Shot up. Like, if you look at the windows in the front of Victorville, there's still some with some big, like, holes in it. Though somebody came by with automatic pellet guns and lit it up. They were cutting down our banners when I had them over on the freeway, when I was involved with that over there on
That's
the freeway.
crazy, man. Just what people, for what? Like, why?
Some of them are paid.
Yeah.
And then you have to remember, like, look at these people that are arguing the other side. They haven't done shit in their fucking life because they go off of what the system says. Go through school, go to school, get in debt, get a 9 to 5.
The rat race.
The rat race. Dude, you ever go to DC?
Yeah.
The people there are like, you think LA is bad? Like, as far as just CNN, basketball, like all the shit? Dude, go to DC. These people are just fucking non-playable characters.
The people there, just like
I'm not all of them,
Right.
But the majority of them.
Right.
It's pretty crazy.
I was just telling you guys how I went to DC and went to the event, and they told me, they're like, you must be from California. And I was like, why do you say that? And they're like, because you're like happy about life. And I was like, okay, so yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
I have some good friends over there though. They're lively, but
No, they come on the show. I'd say they're more like us.
yeah.
Tay and
Yeah.
Giselle.
Well, I mean, it's who you surround yourself with, So I mean,
Yeah.
we pick our friends wisely in these days and age, but
Yep.
yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's like that stoner.
Yeah.
That's like that stoner.
No. I'm there, Jake. I'm just waiting on him.
I
What are you
actually,
waiting for me
for?
Because you're waiting to talk. You went. So I'm like,
I actually want to ask Kathy some questions. Get
Oh,
into
yeah,
her
yeah.
story and see what she's about.
In-N-Out fries, yes or no?
oh yeah, let's get to the real shit.
Yeah.
Jake, do you fuck with In-N-Out?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't confident.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't
Okay,
confident.
if you go there.
Do you like In-N-Out fries?
Light.
Light. Oh, fried light.
Fried
Oh,
light.
fried light.
Have you guys ever
Well,
had
he
that?
knows how to order his shit,
Have you guys ever had fried light?
I have.
My chick likes them like that, like
They're
a little
bomb.
soggier.
Really?
It just tastes more like instead of being so like saturated with oil,
They're
you're
more
getting more
potato-y.
potato.
Yeah, fresh.
Yeah, see, you just don't know how to
Kathy,
order fries.
what about you?
You wanna-
Do you like In-N-Out?
Yes, I love it.
She loves
Fries?
My girl,
She's like-
my
she's
girl.
like-
Hey, some of
like
my
4 times
some
a
of the
week.
funniest.
Hell yeah, I'll
shit.
see
Oh,
that.
that's what's up, Kathy. You're like us for sure. But some of
I
the
leave
funniest.
Here, I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be at
We'll
the
be
gym
around.
tomorrow.
Eyes barely open, he's going there.
Yeah,
but
dude.
I like to see on Jake's stuff when he puts Kathy in her natural habitat. It's fucking great.
It's so pissed at
Dude,
that.
it reminds me a lot of my chick, because like the shit you're doing, like dancing, oh wait, I'm like fucking Gabby, and then you're at Michoacana or whatever against, I'm like Gabby, like it's the same shit, but it makes me laugh because you don't even know he's filming sometimes. I don't
Oh,
think.
no.
But
Like-
next morning, that's when I find out.
She's
I'm
like, really?
Really?
Yeah.
You're like, no
Oh my
privacy.
God, so-
No privacy.
But the
Well,
good
I
thing
turned
about
it-
it, it's authentic. Like if there's no, you know what I mean? It's real authentic of you two like doing your thing.
Well, and you want to show people too, like what I've learned. Like I've never thought of it like this until recently. Like going to these masterminds and learning from people that like are really leveraging social media for the good. And like, why not like show that stuff to like? I got a lot of young guys that follow me from the, because that's like your most rebellious age, and that's how they relate to me because like rebellion, right? But like, shit, I forgot what I was gonna say right now.
Stoner face. Stoner face.
Rubbed off.
I got distracted.
You're on my radar now, Betty.
Yeah.
Welcome to the team.
Yeah.
This is Royal
Nobody
Talk.
saw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody saw nothing.
Yeah. I didn't see shit, Jake. I swear to God. He took vitamins.
Yeah.
Organic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
organic vitamins.
Yeah.
And red ones and
Did
blue
you
ones.
take a gummy?
Are you cop or what?
Oh, they got to her.
Yeah.
No, I get mad when he doesn't offer me any. I'm like,
Hey, where's my hide?
yeah, like, he just takes them, he don't
Hashtag real talk, Jim.
What a gentleman.
Yeah.
LOL. I haven't seen them in so long.
So my cousin makes.
They look
these-
good.
Try some.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm not an
So
edible
me,
dude.
Yeah,
just so you know, me and Jake,
We're the edible
the
guys.
edible high is my favorite. If I
Oh,
get it
yeah.
right, sometimes you might push a little too far, a little too less. But
Yeah, going to your
that's-
gym on edibles, Jake, it's pretty fucking scary. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
gonna lie.
Well, yeah, especially if you don't microdose. If
No,
you-
Yeah.
sometimes I just go full in.
no, this guy's a heavy hitter. Like
Yeah,
fucking
balls to the wall. That's how I do
no
it.
warm up.
Yeah, we're just 100-pound warm up, just dumbbells,
Yeah.
edibles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
how
yeah,
we met.
well, for me, if I microdose it before the gym, it's better than a pre-workout.
I agree.
wow.
Agree.
Joe likes.
What
to,
do you mean by microdose? Weed
So,
or
like-
mushrooms?
No, we.
Oh, okay.
Shrooms, no way.
They get me a little bit too nauseous.
Yeah.
But like I've had multiple brain injuries, and they say it's really good for that.
Yeah.
But like these right here, this is 500 milligrams a bag. My cousin makes these.
Shout
But
out
if,
to the cousin.
If you look at this,
Who's your
I need
cousin?
to sync you. I need to
Yeah,
sync
yeah,
you
you've been
guys.
talking about
telling
that.
you.
Yeah,
I've
we've been
telling
trying to
you
link
that.
it up.
So like this is a gummy bear, right? So a microdose, like for like a workout.
Let me get one of those.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
500 this is
Don't eat
50.
the whole thing.
50. Oh, that's perfect.
is
That's
good.
Let me
perfect.
get in
That's
there,
perfect
Jake.
for
Let me
you.
get in there. Come on, let me get in there.
Did you bring enough for the class?
I'm like, help the people, you said.
Oh, you're gonna go to the moon, bro.
That's perfect. Perfect.
You're going. You're going.
Yeah.
See you there,
I
Daddy.
hope it hits him right before
See
this
you there,
ends.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could
And he
thank
just like
Gabby. You could thank Jake and Kathy.
Sir. Pretty good.
Well, real good.
No.
So yeah, microdosing would be like a quarter of the head
Okay.
for me. If you want to get just like a little bit of a head, like a decent head change where you still operate a head.
Okay.
If you want to get like go to the moon, you take a whole one just like you did.
That's what we do. We're astronauts.
Yeah.
If we
We're
actually
going.
did land on the moon. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no, we definitely did. That's all bullshit.
Well, we've
Yeah,
been
you?
there.
Yeah, no, I like to get high. So, I'm not
Facts.
gonna lie.
Facts. He hooked me with these were they Fruity Pebbles?
One of the employees that I work with, he has like a butter doser.
Oh,
So it doses the butter like exactly what you want. So then you could cook the butter and it's like exactly what the bag says.
yeah.
Dude, I got cookies. He gave me some, and I'm like, I ate a little bit. And I'm like, whoa, okay, hold on. So then I knew he's like, I like strong edibles. I'm like, I got you, bro. And so I brought him one. I'm like, don't eat that whole thing.
Yeah, I went to get it. He goes, whoa. Do it when you get home. I'm like, don't fucking tell me what to do, but I'll do. Because usually he's like, do it. So if he's telling me not to, I'm going to listen to Yoda. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we got to the house, took a bite.
Is that the? I think you woke up in your clothes.
I woke up in my clothes on top of my bed, like, what happened?
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
What I've learned is like with the cookies and the brownies and stuff. I think it's the fats that the weed attaches to, or the THC attaches to more, whatever the hell that works. So that's why I like these, because these, like, the right amount taken, it's an upper. So like energy, or even like
creativity,
writing content, or whatever. For sure. Like, for example, all the stuff on our website of the gym, it probably took me like 2 weeks to really put that together. I didn't use any AI or anything. I really wanted to tell a story and put a personality on it. So I would microdose this and just back and forth, like, change stuff.
Just
How do I
let it
want
flow.
this written? Like, I'd write it out, but I'd want it to sound like it's coming from a person, like it's coming from me, like the teller of the story, right?
You might turn the mic towards you.
Yeah, my bad.
So, no,
you're good, boss.
I don't know what it is about black cylinder objects facing my face.
He's all two-handing it though.
Shit. That was racist.
Yeah. Which part?
It's profiling, Jake. It's profiling.
It's profiling.
Yeah, this is really not getting shadow banned. This ain't airing anywhere. 'Cause as soon as you upload a YouTube video, it gives you a copyright check, and then it'll notify us. Like,
You know what
hey,
I noticed? One of our January 6th one that we put
Oh,
up
the one I was talking about, yeah.
got no fucking views.
Yeah,
of course.
Shadow ban.
Of course.
I'm like, how? Everything else got views and this thing doesn't? I'm like, oh, that's that bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shadow ban.
And they can't even do it to your face and tell you. You know what I mean? It's pussy shit.
And you know what? All that shit is so illegal, because, like, if you're putting a community platform together and you're saying who can and who can't, right? Yeah, if there's like real child porn and stupid shit like that, yeah, ban these motherfuckers, find them, get them. But like an example, during all the COVID stuff, my partner's son was laying on the ground on his belly facing Bubs, our Frenchie, and he was laying on the ground facing him. And I just posted a picture of it. And my page got shut down because they said it was child porn. So what they do is they go and use that type of stuff to go after like accounts that are pushing the truth. So just as
I even came across one of yours and it had a fact check thing on it.
Oh, always.
Like where this may not be true. Do you still want? I'm like, come on.
yeah, kind of like that last podcast.
And it was you were putting up truthful other stuff. That's
Yeah.
why like it did it to you. And it's stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy when you really look into the censorship on this country and what they tell us about propaganda with World War II and the Nazis and all that stuff.
You turned around and used it on
Dude,
us.
this country, we are so, it's not even funny how bad it is. Like, we are not only the laughing stock, but we are so censored and controlled. It's basically communism. It's slavery for sure if you look at the taxes. You know, if you're paying 50 to 70% of your money in taxes, that is slavery. Like, look at, what's going on there. So yeah.
I seen a thing on the internet post and it said, if I make 110,000, is it normal to take 65,000 home? Like people are just wrapping their head around the numbers now. Like, is this right? And that's how it fucking works.
I feel like that's another reason people are waking up is because they're broke more. You know, there's less money, and they're like, "Wait a second, who's taking my money?"
It's
and
like
then they start like
Biden. Everybody's like even Bideners are like, ever since this like administration has come on, nobody has money.
Yeah.
Like, it's depleted everybody's savings. Like,
Oh, yeah.
you know, they know what they're doing.
Yep.
They know exactly what they're doing.
inflation,
they're
and
taking all the money back from COVID funding. That's how they do it.
and then some,
Giving it to
Yeah,
and
your
the
crane.
and
jobs.
then more.
Give
Yeah.
it to your crane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can we real quick, because I know we got a lot of listeners, but I know you talk about it probably enough, so we'll just glance over your January 6th thing.
Okay.
So break it down for us. What were you going over there for?
The rally.
You were going over there
Yeah.
just to be a peaceful protest, walk the streets,
Well,
hold a sign.
I mean, I figure like Trump even mentioned some of the stuff I said during COVID, like right after. He was like that business owner said, it's about mental health, you know, like, so I paid attention to this shit, and Trump called out saying that he needs people to show up January 6th. Like, he's never said that before. So I was like, that was already in my head. I wanted to already go.
Sir.
Fucking party.
yeah.
He's like
the edibles.
He's like that Forrest Gump meme where he's running out of the gate.
Babe, give me the LOLs
We're driving across
on his fucking quad.
He said yes, daddy.
Yeah.
So we were out in Arizona, and we were just picking up or dropping off Bubs.
We were picking up
He said bubs, not buds.
No, it was.
We were picking up that.
Yeah, so Bubs is our Frenchie, and his breeder wanted to stud him, and we got like a pick of the litter or whatever. So we were dropping Bubs off, I think is what it was. And we were in Arizona, and my uncle calls me from Huntington Beach, retired cop, and he said, "Hey, bro, LAX, 3 a.m. or whatever."
January 3rd. This is January 3rd.
Yeah.
We get this
I got you a ticket. We're going to the rally. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" She was fucking pissed because their birthday.
Oh no!
You're January?
4th.
Yes.
Oh,
And I was already in DC.
Like, babe,
you're like, you worry about Trump, motherfucker? You didn't worry about me.
You'll be back for my
I gotta
birthday,
save
right?
the fucking country right now.
That's
People need me.
That's why Kathy said he said yes, Daddy.
Yeah, there's some tension.
Yeah, I
there.
can hear it now.
but I knew that he would resent me if he didn't go.
So,
Oh, I was going no matter what.
What?
Yeah.
How old?
I was going
How old
no
were you
matter
turning?
what.
How old was I turning?
Yeah, that time.
21, so that was 28.
Oh man.
Right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, 28. Oh, that's
27,
okay.
28.
That's okay.
Yeah,
that's one of those.
There's more of those.
That's
don't
what,
worry.
that's
It's a
one of
30.
those-
It's a skipper.
Yeah.
It's a skipper.
No, that's
Yeah,
one of those ones where
He's good.
you don't ask for forgiveness.
Even number, yeah.
Yeah.
Even number,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're good. That's a skipper.
We're all trying to lighten it up. She's like, I don't give a fuck.
We're trying, Jake.
She storms out the door.
Do
right
that
now.
again. Yeah.
So, yeah, we're in Arizona. He calls me up. I say, all right. So we leave Arizona, which was at night already. I don't know what time it was, but we were having dinner with our friends out there. We finish up, take off. I literally come straight home, pack all my shit, get in the car, drive to LA. And we took off. Amazing experience. You know, they say what I saw in the news was like anywhere from 100 to 200,000 people is what they were saying were there. Fuck no. It's had to be at least close to 2 million.
Just as far as you could see, or what? Just,
Dude, it was fucking awesome, bro. You know, like there's the White House and then the monument and that whole giant field right there?
Yeah.
Imagine being at the front by the White House looking back, and the crowd was like this, all the way back, all the way sideways, just American flags.
red hats.
Just red. Yeah, a lot of red, obviously. American flags everywhere and signs. And like, you know what's funny is, not funny, it's fucked up that people don't pay attention to this. But the number one people there that were trying to make the most influence and the biggest push were the Chinese Americans. I mean, they came out hard. Pamphlets, NCCP, showing all the baby mills, showing like all the crazy shit that's going on. Don't let this happen here. We saw this happen in China. We escaped, blah, blah, blah. The biggest push. They were going the hardest. And like, if that isn't a red flag for somebody, I don't know what is. So yeah, we're there. Like, it's an all day. We had to train in because all like the hotels for miles were filled out. We had to train from Virginia to DC. That's as close as we could get.
So were the trains full too?
Oh yeah.
So travel,
It was like we got to DC on the 6th at like 4 a.m, dark, because we knew that we wanted to get a spot, and we still didn't get like the spot that we wanted to get because there was that many people there that early getting ready for it.
And so, like, what was the vibe, the feel of everybody? Like,
Dude, it was like, it felt like, well, just imagine this. Like, you go to a football game, right? Say it's a home game, so they have home court advantage, more people there. Think of the stadium. Mm-hmm. Now imagine if the entire stadium was on the same team multiplied by 100 stadiums or whatever it is, right? Mm-hmm. That was the feeling. It was fucking sick, bro. No, it'll probably never happen again in American history. That was an expensive one, but it definitely was an experience.
So go into the next part then. How,
The tour.
yeah, the tour. Yeah,
Sure, yeah. The insurrection.
Chapter 3.
insurrectionist.
You terrorist bastard.
So Trump says whatever he says. We're gonna walk to the Capitol, and he was gonna take his limo there and all this stuff, right? Mm-hmm. So what I noticed though, there was people in the crowd that I could tell, like if you ever run into somebody that's like an Antifa guy, you can just see it in them. You could feel it in them. You could see it in their eyes. Same thing with a lot of the federal employees and law enforcement that I dealt with. Their pupils are blacked out. It's like they're just like drugged, or I don't know what it is. Soulless.
Reptilians.
Yeah.
Reptilians, Joe?
Yeah,
stop.
you fuck.
Joe,
Seriously.
easy over there.
Joe
Biden.
Biden.
Shadow
Security
ban.
guard, dude. That dude's got a fucking lizard. He's trippy, bro. He's freaking out, bro.
So we started noticing, me and my uncle actually pointed out to each other that there was like guys that were leaving before Trump was done speaking. Some of them had like riot helmets, like light military gear, no Trump stuff on them, but they would have like an American flag.
Feds.
And I think that they were Antifa, but which is also the same shit.
Feds.
It's the same shit, yeah. So they left beforehand. So now time goes on. It takes about an hour to walk from the monument or the area I was in to the Capitol. And all the streets in DC, bro. Imagine walking down, like coming into an intersection, how DC is, like just stacks of blocks, right? Of buildings and all that stuff. And every street that way was piled with people.
Damn.
Like no cars could ever get through that. Like that was what it was, right?
Wild.
Walking to the Capitol. So then as we get closer, like I start noticing, because this is what they did. When everybody was still at the Capitol, they threw in all their Antifa guys, some of their fake cops, and their movie shoots and all that stuff, and get a lot of their footage, right? So then, of course, there's going to be good people that get caught up in it too. And I'm not saying that they don't need their asses kicked, but I'm just saying like it was a setup. And so what they did is they did all their scenes as we were walking to the Capitol. And the way that I know that is, one, because I saw how it was when I got there, and like we were like the first group to get there pretty much after leaving when basically everybody left, right? So they were like throwing flashbangs in the air, which anybody that knows anything about a flashbang, what the fuck is the point of that?
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
agitating the crowd.
It's
huh?
well, what it is so that the crowd coming could see it or get it on video. And they already did their shit there, caused all their stuff, and then we get there. I mean, I saw some people like breaking windows and stuff. They were definitely Antifa or something of the sort. There was people and they also left pallets of bricks on every block,
Like they did down in L.A.
Yeah,
Yep.
that
They did
shit's-
down in L.A.
But the difference is this crowd is like us. They're not there to fuck up buildings and do shit. What they were trying to do is hopefully it would trigger through the city and fuck the whole city up to make it bigger.
But that's not.
But nobody touched any bricks.
No, they're not trying to be destructive.
Yeah, no,
That's not the
exactly.
mentality.
wrong crowd.
And on the way there, we started seeing stuff. Well, first of all, I walked pretty close to the Capitol, not close, but probably a couple blocks away to where you could see the Capitol with one of my uncles and his friends. And he's like, "All right, I'm out." And I was, "All right, peace." And so I went in by myself because my other uncle, his feet were messed up, and he's older. So I was like, "All right, well, I'm going in. I'm going to see what's going on. Like, why not? Like, fucking, this is."
Yeah, well, that's
It's
what
a
we're
free
here.
tour.
That's what we're here for.
This is what I'm here for.
Oh, you were solo cruising around?
You're like, you could have just been here for my birthday.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to go to the Capitol.
We could be eating sushi.
We could have been sushi. We could have been HB. But no.
They dragged his ass out there. They paid for his
And they
ticket,
left
paid
him.
for his hotel, and they fucking left him.
They treated you like
Yeah,
a.
well, I mean, I wouldn't expect them to go in with me anyways. Like, they're older. Like, I got
point-
this.
the
I
point
got
is-
this.
What she's trying to get at, Jake, you should have been here with their birthday.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Wow,
say-
where's my ticket?
I didn't think.
Well, it's a good thing that you didn't go because
It'd be a lot more
We
expensive.
got
Yeah,
all the
yeah,
federal licenses.
Yeah.
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 Damn, they would have Bonnie and Clyded us on the media for sure.
You guys have been super famous.
That would have been dope. Right on.
So you saw people walking in, and you're like,
So-
"Oh, I'm gonna jump in and." Go
Well, so
in
no,
too.
so like, I mean, like you climb up this like little fence and you get up on the second level, right? And there's a bunch of crowd out there. I was
Climb
coming
the fence.
across stuff of like, dude, they had these dudes in straight military gear that were acting like Trump supporters, but didn't have any Trump supporters there. So what I think happened is there was some actual cops, obviously, and then there was a lot of acting cops. Like when you see like the green patches and stuff, those aren't cops. Those are like practice uniforms. So anyways, we see and we see like buses of people coming in throughout the day. We see them changing underneath stuff. We see like fake like interviews going on with like CNN and like just all this stuff, right? So I get up there, the doors open, and people start going in. So I was like, fuck yeah, because there's two things. There's one, you're always going to have in the back of the mind that it's our responsibility to take care of this country individually, right? Yep. So if you read the Constitution, it says that we can remove invalid, it's either invalid or fraudulent leaders,
Who's in
the
there
people.
For Nancy Pelosi. Just kidding.
I had an interview with her daughter though. She got all pissed because her daughter kept calling me daddy.
What?
True story.
Shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Nancy Pelosi's daughter?
Yeah.
You
So
should've-
we'll get into that.
I'm going to the pool. I'm
Yeah. She was into me hard. She was into me hard.
Sorry, Kathy.
The enemy was trying to infiltrate.
You better,
He's like, I swear to God, it's not me.
She's
better-
like, call him daddy one more time, bitch.
you better stop at Towns End on the way home and make her nice dinner.
Yeah. So, anyways, go in. I have like a little old lady in front of me. There's dudes that are high-fiving the cops. The cops are chilling against the wall, red rope, like it's a tour. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, okay, so let's go deeper. So I continue to go in. You know, I'm witnessing all that. There was a guy that came down the stairs, and I remember this. He was running down the hallway, and he had something in his hand. And I haven't even talked about this on air before. I forgot about it until now.
All right.
So
Heard it here
there's
first.
another.
people.
Roil Talk
I told the FBI about it, but I haven't talked about this on air. And he was holding something, but as he was running, something was dripping on the floor. And then as I get up there, the people that are coming behind me are like, "Oh my gosh, there's blood on the floor," like making sure to point it out, right? So then, fast forward, you get through the rest of the way out. Oh, and then, by the way, before that, let me back up. As we went in, there was a dude here and a dude here, and both of them were in riot gear. And there was a couple dudes coming this way, and the guy's like, "Hey, is so and so all right?" And then, or something like that. And they were like obviously some troublemakers, right? And as he passed by, they said whatever they said, and then when he looked back, he's all, "Hey," and said his name. I don't remember what it was, but he went like this. So, and I was seeing a lot of that symbolism within there with the people that were dressed like military. 666. Like I said, it's a spiritual warfare, and if you know anything about Antifa and all that stuff, and like what's going on in the media, you see all the symbolism with the stars and this and all that stuff. That's what it was. When I told the FBI that, they didn't want nothing to hear with it. They were more concerned with asking me if I was a white racist or a Proud Boy or this or that. And I literally checked the dude, and this I'm fast forwarding a little bit, but when they came to my house to interview me, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. It's our building. Like, usually it's like no face, no case, fuck you, I'm not talking to you type of deal. But like,
They had you. I didn't believe it, and then I saw his picture. I'm like, oh, that's him. They got his ass.
oh yeah, yeah, they got me. But the thing that was funny was there was a dude with a mask on, and then another dude that didn't have a mask on. So they're already trying to play good cop, bad cop with me. And the dude with the mask on was like straight, like he had all of his lunch money taken away his entire life. Probably still to this day.
He was after you, huh?
Yeah. So, and he was reading off this list of questions that they had to ask me. And every single one of them lined up with the agenda. Like what you would hear on the media, white, racist, Proud Boys, domestic terrorists, like all the shit, right? And then he made sure to ask me about the bomber too, which, obviously what we knew then and we knew now is that it was all fake. It was set up, but it was fake. It wasn't a real situation.
Yeah.
So anyways, we go in, and then so there's all that going on. This is as I'm walking through the Capitol, right? People all around me. Cops everywhere. People fucking talking to the cops, like leaning against the wall like this. Like nothing serious, right? So then right when I exited the Capitol, there was people there, which I call crisis actors. And what they were is they were trying to, because there were so many people coming out of the Capitol, if you put it right at the funnel when they come out, it's going to be what they remember and spread to the crowd, right? Mm-hmm. They're not going to remember what happened at first. They're going to remember the last touch of being in the Capitol. So if you got people out there, they fucking shot her in the neck, they shot her in the head, like all this stupid shit, fucking cops, like, which obviously this crowd is not a fucking cop type of crowd. Right. So red flag there. And then, like, I got closer to them, and it's the same thing. Their pupils were fully expanded. Just like I saw in Antifa, just like I've seen with some of the TSA, Homeland Security, especially FBI. The only upper law enforcement that I have any respect for are the marshals. Those dudes are fucking studs. Like they were like opening the back door. They're like, dude, if we knew that we could like make this go away, like you'd be out the back door. We're tired of seeing this shit. This is bullshit. Like they didn't even like they even like told me to like fix my hair and shit when they had to do my picture for the because we were partying the night before. We fucking I got arrested at like 6 a.m. when the sun's coming up.
Oh, no.
And we just got back from a party the night before.
I just ate an edible.
Yeah, she's passed out and she didn't even know I got arrested. I couldn't even leave a note. Like,
they just grabbed you and.
I had to get clothes, so they let me get clothes, but she wouldn't wake up. She was just passed out.
Well, it sounds like
It
was a long night.
Yeah.
Rager.
Yeah, it was a good night. But yeah, so you have that, and then
I find out hours later, like, I'm free. Like, what happened to Jay? Like, he's not here. He normally always says, goodbye to me before he goes to the gym. So I was thinking, like, he's at the gym, but it still seemed off. And then Soraya calls me, and she's like, Jake got arrested this morning. And I'm like, what? I'm like, why didn't he call me? He didn't know my number.
Why didn't he call me?
Where? She's going, where?
Hey, with this modern day shit, with
phones, you don't know numbers no more.
Yeah, you and our buddy Ace Rogers down in San Diego, dude's he's a savage. But he just posted something saying always remember 2 numbers. Well, I only remembered one, and it was the fucking gym, so I had to call the team
to call
the FBI had to call the team as the FBI and say I have somebody on the other line type of deal.
Well, at that point, thank God for the team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
They're like, stop pranking us.
I actually,
you have a collect call from.
click.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, so always remember 2 numbers. That's something I definitely learned.
Yeah.
You got her number down now?
Oh yeah.
No, not the phone in your head.
No, I wanted to bring
I'll just
something
make
up.
sure. Yeah.
He's like, hold on, let me make sure.
Let me see. Hold on.
My bad.
No. I wanted to bring something up because I have a post from my Instagram. So after all this, after I leave, I get on the train and I go back to Virginia. Get to the hotel and turn on the news.
So hold on. Where is all this chaos going on that they show? Like these clips of this.
It happened before we got there.
Okay.
And some of it when we were there. Like, they were climbing the things, putting the flags up. Oh, that's not chaos.
Did you see that Ray Epps guy? That Ray Epps guy? You saw him?
There's so many feds there. Yeah. So, dude, the FBI is so fucking dirty. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
How long did they hold you for when you got arrested?
So that's where I got lucky. Like, if you look up Capital Punishment, the movie, or any of Laura Logan's videos on the Capitol, she talks a lot about the suicides and stuff. She's a badass. She's been, you know who she is if you saw her. She's been like a massive freedom fighter for this team or for this country. So definitely look her up, Laura Logan. Look up all of her Capitol stuff. She's a badass.
Did you see that interview with the chief of police and Tucker? Did you see that?
No,
interview?
I didn't see it.
It was the chief of police talked about how Nancy Pelosi denied reinforcements from the National Guard. She denied more capital, and then you should watch it. Yeah, I would highly recommend it.
Yeah, I will. I've been so busy that I've been out of touch with some of it.
Yeah.
Like we use andweknow.com just to kind of stay like if we're busy, like what's going on. And we know like the Bible verse A and D, we know. But I want to find this real quick. Here it is. I got it right here. So after getting back to the hotel room, I turned on the news and I was like, these motherfuckers. Like, I didn't expect that at all, right? I mean, I should have because I knew all the bullshit, but, we get better at recognizing bullshit with age. So this is a post that somebody, because they wiped my account, right? I had JDL333. They wiped that. The feds they're all in bed with big tech, whatever it is. So they wiped that out. And about a month later, 2 months later, I start a new page that's not JDL333 because I had a gag order on me. I wasn't supposed to be talking, like it's like big trouble type shit if you talk about January 6th. Even all the case, like I can't get my full file, my discovery file on my case yet because it's a pending investigation. Wow. They just arrest somebody else here or there because there was tens of thousands of people.
So it's still linked to yours, so it's pending.
When they keep arresting people...
So nobody knows the fucking truth.
Nobody knows the truth. Yeah. So anyways, I post that some dude, that one of my friends, he took a screen capture of my story because he's like, he knew when he saw what I posted and then how I am. And then when I posted this, he took a screen capture of it knowing that they're probably going to wipe it and sent it to me after I got my new account. So it says, media is straight bullshit. I witnessed pretty much everything. Antifa dressed as Trump supporters, cops and security all in on it. This is all for fun. The gram. Linwood called out Pence for being a pedo traitor. Put your seat on. There will be more. Hang tight. January is gonna get wild. And then I put on the bottom of major power struggle is going on with the deep state right now. And then just this is when I reposted it. But this was when I got back from the Capitol. This is the only thing that I have of proof of most of like the real shit, because when they took my phone, they took a lot of shit out of it.
They took all this
Yeah. I have some stuff from the Capitol, but they took out a lot of shit, like cleared off my cloud, everything else, which, I mean, knowing what I just suck at all the tech stuff. And that was my downfall in all this shit.
Yeah.
Like I should have backup accounts, but.
What do you think about people filming in the gym? Because you said you're not good with phones.
Yeah. It's what I know now about social media. I think it's great.
publicity.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only that, but like these kids that are doing that, or young men, older, whatever, have other people of that age group looking at them, right?
Right.
Friends, family, whatever. So if those people see that person working out and taking it serious, it's no matter where they're at, like it's going to trigger them to start to take care of their mind and their body.
Yeah.
So I'm for it.
Yeah.
And, like back in the day when it first started, like, what the fuck? Like, just work out, man.
Yeah.
But now, like, being on the other end of being in the fitness industry before, like, the big social media stuff and being in it now, it's definitely, I'm for it.
Yeah.
Like, with respect, of course. Like, don't fuck up people's workouts. Like, be courteous. with
Have you
it.
guys seen that Joey Swole,
That guy's a
Austin
little
Theory, and all that shit going on right now? So there's like two wrestlers, Austin Theory and
Yeah, I don't know which one, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
whatever. There's some big name wrestlers. Well, they were trying to video in the gym, and a guy walks across, and they like attack him, like, "Hey, you fucking idiot! What are you doing? Like, we're trying to make a video here." Like they get
I saw that.
Oh, yeah.
like, and they're talking to him
real?
like real derogatory, like bad. You know what I mean? These guys are big, fit wrestler dudes. You wouldn't think they'd act like that.
They
Like,
weren't that big.
Well, what?
like yeah, you're right. But like they're fit, they're decent looking guys. You know what I mean? And you wouldn't think they'd act like that way in the
So,
gym.
I mean, there's a way to talk to somebody. Like, of course, they probably have work into that video, and that just fucked it up.
Jorge, can you pull it up?
Yeah.
Because, like, yeah, that you shouldn't.
But so Joey Swole goes after him, and
He
now,
came after us, too.
Did he?
For Marcus Fit.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he did a
Well,
stitch.
fuck that guy.
All right. now we're going to. all
Fuck
right.
Joey Swole.
But what I was looking at is like they're not backing down from him. Like in the Austin and something else. But one guy only has 150,000 followers. The other guy has like 550.
Yeah.
Well, Joey Swole has 4 million.
Yeah.
So like it's a whole the Swole army is going after them now.
Hey, dude, hold on. Hold on.
So that is cool. Let's see what happens.
So the Swole Army, you should have seen how much shit we were getting tagged on and calls, like all this shit. You guys are done. Your business is done. You just fucked with Joey Swole. Because I called him out too.
Mm-hmm. Is he out of Cali?
Oh, fuck it. Well, yeah, I think so. I think he's insecure and he needs to fucking lay off the trend. Like, but whatever.
I thought he was like.
That's-
I thought he
Let's
was
just dial it down.
like in
man.
his videos. He looks like
What's
he's a
your
pretty
levels,
big
bro?
guy.
No,
and then
he's
I seen
small.
him in a video, like a standing. I'm like, holy shit! Like
Yeah.
his legs are like little. Sorry. Fuck, I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah, he's not-
No, yeah. So, but it was funny because we've had like even our reviews and stuff. We were getting bombarded with 1-star reviews. Bing, 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 bing. Oh, you went after Swole. You guys are stupid, dumbest business move I've ever seen. Like, blah blah blah, all this shit, and like all numbers across all locations go up. But we're going out of business because we checked some fucking retard.
We didn't
Like-
talk about that. Marcus Fit.
Oh yeah, Marcus Fit.
See
So
if you, type that in, Jorge. Type in Joey Swole Marcus Fit TG. See if that comes up.
I remember when that video came up for Marcus Fit, and I watched his video, and he was like, "I didn't even make sense to me." I was like, "I'm not even sure what he's mad about." And,
So let's hear the real story now.
okay,
So Marcus Fit goes into TGPB in Pacific Beach and sneaks in for one. They're like, those dudes down there don't fuck around. Like that gym is a serious
is this it right
gym.
here?
yeah. Oh yeah, that's
that
it.
guy.
Oh yeah.
He's the
No,
chooch in the white hat or what?
That's Joey Swole.
both
Yeah.
of them.
Yeah.
Marcus Fit is
The middle one.
who's on the right?
The one with the balls on his head.
He's on the left.
That's Joey Swole.
Yeah, I
That's
know
Marcus Fit. I don't know who that is. That might be Marcus Fit too.
Fucking loser.
That
Okay, so break it down for us.
So what happens is he goes into the TG down there, sneaks in, and then doesn't re-rack his weights. So this guy Cole, I think it was Cole. Cole goes up and says, "Hey man, like fix your shit."
yeah.
And like sternly, right? And then he goes, Marcus Fit gets lippy with him, little fucking trend balls. And Cole goes back. He's like, all right. So he goes back and he checks his shit. Checks him to see if he has a membership, and he doesn't have a membership. So then he tells him to get the fuck out.
Oh, there's more to this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he gets the fuck out, cries like a little bitch on social media, and calls a meeting with Rick that owns PB. Former Army Ranger, Special Forces, champion bodybuilder, like dude's legit, right? And so he calls a meeting with Rick, and basically the meeting doesn't go his way because he was like trying to complain, get Cole fired type of thing. And, you know, he's bitching about Cole, which is just some dude trying to do his job. Like, you're trying to cancel a middle-class dude. Like, you're Mr. Big Famous guy over here, and you're trying to turn people on him. Like, what the fuck does that say about you, you know?
Yeah.
It says these influencers just think that they can come in.
Their ego, huh?
Yeah.
It's just so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to send this to him. He'll probably watch it if it comes from me, because he ignores me, but I check him whenever I see him online.
Well, we're coming for you, buddy. We're Team Jake.
Yeah.
So anyways, he meets with Rick. Rick tells him to kick rocks, you're banned, right? So he goes on doing his thing, and it's like going viral everywhere. And I'm like, dude, fuck, because we're getting hit up here. 1-star reviews, fire Cole, calling the staff. You guys are fucking pieces of shit. You know, all this stuff, like all day, bro.
Yeah.
We were getting calls on our line at 5, 6 a.m.
God.
Repeat. It was like bot AI shit or
So many
something.
tech.
Yeah. But it was like there would be a voice on the other end. Like the last time it was a Boston dude, and
Oh God.
yeah, and
Fucking cocksucker.
yeah, so he calls me
Fucking
up.
cocksucker.
Probably laughing at him.
Oh,
Fuck
dude.
the gym.
Well, he's waking me up. It's like 5 a.m, so I'm fucking already pissed, right?
Fucking fuck.
And I finally like wake up one of these times. 'Cause I always have my phone on silent, and I pick it up. I'm like, "What the fuck do you want?" Like, because this is the same number over and over,
Yeah.
right? And it's a Boston dude, and he's like talking shit, and he's like, "Is this Jacob Lewis?" And I was like, "Yep." And he's like, "Your girl's name's Kathy Zarati?" And I was like, "Yep." And then he gave me my address, and I was like, "Yep."
Come get me.
And then I said, "So what does this say about you, little bitch? I just told you, I confirmed where I am, what my address is, and to come get some." And it just like, I don't know if it was AI or a person or what, but it or him like froze up. He didn't know how to, like, either it wasn't programmed that would be a reaction, or he wasn't expecting the reaction. So yeah, there's all kinds of shit like that. But so what happened?
He was like, fire Cole, hung up.
Yeah, he's like, go Sox.
Yeah, yeah.
Go Sox. Tom
So-
Brady.
After that day of, because like we're getting hit everywhere, all the gyms are under attack, right? And you know, Joey Swole and all these guys with influence have all these little kids like coming after us, and just people that think that they're gods.
Yeah.
And
Well, it is.
so we just started to have our own video guy at that time. And he didn't really know what he was doing, but I was like, "Louis, I have your first job for you.
Yeah, nice.
We're going to make a video mocking Marcus Fit,
He's ready.
making him look like a little bitch, and we're going to post it immediately. We need to get this out." So I made
Starbucks.
So what I did is Kara, I put her as the HR person.
Yeah, she said HR rep. I'm like,
Oh,
dude,
yeah, there was a
fucking
whole
HR.
So because
Kara?
everybody was asking for the video camera footage, right?
Yeah,
so when
yeah.
I did the post, it was with all this going on, we decided to release the footage from our video cameras
Right.
at the Pacific Beach location, so everybody could see what happened.
Right.
And it's our employees with like a fucked up Joe Biden shirt on, like all cut up. And Enrique was supposed to have a pacifier, not a sippy cup, or not a pacifier, a bottle. And I wanted to like squirt.
Dude,
his
when
face.
he was bitching outside the gym, it's fucking
Dude,
hilarious.
that
Acted
shit
all
was
pissed
fun.
off.
Yeah.
Like, they treat me like this.
Dude, it got so fucking hot and heavy on the online world and the phones and like just all that type of shit.
Like 3 million views.
Damn.
Dude, because then all the people that are online that like narrate what people do and all that, it went there.
Oh, yeah.
So there was when I last checked it, when we were like in the heat, I went through probably like a couple different pages. And I calculated 300 million views at that time.
Jeez.
And then it just went like that after that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I wish that we did a little, like, because we just tried to rush it out. And we didn't know what the fuck we were doing. I wish I put more time into the shit talking. Yeah. But, I mean, he had a pass fire. He fucking splooged in his face. Like,
It was good.
all that shit. I think people got the point for the most part, right?
Well, you obviously did it right. 300 million views.
You're doing something right.
Yeah. Sometimes the over-edited shit doesn't, like,
Yeah.
On the fly
well,
stuff
at
is
least,
fun.
like, honestly, going forward, at least people know they want to come at the gym. They're going to get the smoke.
Oh, they fucking know.
Yeah,
They've known that since day one. Me and Kathy, when we fucking posted on the page that we were open and we were at the gym. So
drinking tequila.
Yeah, we're fucked up.
We're just like,
That was the bad idea on my part. Like I always have to add more fuel.
Just a little bit, too.
A little bit.
Yeah. He's a wild boy, everybody. Remember.
He's from the CERN.
Yeah, I don't know any better.
I got a funny story. It reminds me of you, actually. Like thinking of you as a kid, and I don't know why this is, but this is funny. So one day I'm picking my kid up from school. My son gets out at 1:15, my daughter 1:30. So I'm picking him up, and my son, he's like, "Hey, I gotta go pee." And I'm like, "You gotta hold it till we get home. We gotta get sister, and we're going home." So I'm standing there at the school, and I hear water running. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I turn around, my son's got his pants pulled down, and he's just like hanging out there pissing.
Hell yeah.
Right, where everybody is at. Like, so behind us is like all the cars where the parents watch. And so they're watching this shit, and I don't even know my kid's pissing. Right? So I'm like, oh, fuck. Yeah, and I'm like, and then all the people like standing this way are facing the school, so nobody's looking at us, and I'm like,
he's got it. He's got it.
So no, it gets better. So he pisses, and I'm like, oh my fuck. Like, I got to get this guy together. So he's pissing. So I finish him up, and like he's still like peeing a little bit. I'm like, no, fuck it, we're pulling your pants up. You're done, boy. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, you can't be doing that. I gave him a little smack in the head. I'm like, you can't be pissing like that in public, bro. Like, we got all these people right here. So he kind of like gets mad at me and he walks off or whatever. But the funniest thing, here comes little Jake. This little fucking kid, blonde little kid, comes walking up and he's like, He throws dirt on the fucking piss pile, and he's like, and they all start playing again. But like he was like experiencing this, or he was like a little rough little
like
kid.
No
or,
big deal.
Yeah, like he just walked up. I remember he looked at it, and he put all the dirt over the piss pile, and everybody started playing and
like,
shit.
I got you, bro.
But he was like, he's been in the shit. Like he's already like rough necking it.
I got this.
Yeah,
don't worry.
but I like listening to your story, whatever. I think of that little kid, and he was like, look, just nonchalant, carried on.
Oh, my mom was telling stories to Kathy last night. I mean, I don't even remember, like, because, like, I've always been the same exact way from, like, a little kid. And you got to think in the 80s, there was a AIDS epidemic, right? And that was created, too.
Fauci.
Yeah.
Fauci.
Yeah.
So, like, you're in the 80s, they were always in the media referring to AIDS with homosexuals.
Yep.
So, I had this big black pit bull, and I was like this big. That he was like on spot command for me. Big ass black pit bull, cropped ears, like, and he was my boy. He just rode around with me. His name was Daggett, and jet black.
Couldn't see him. Nothing.
Yeah, mean looking dog. Great dog though, but mean looking dog. And we lived in Yucca at the time, and the neighbor house.
You're 3 years old.
Yeah, I was like 3 years old. And my mom was in the backyard. I was in the front yard with my dog, Daggett. And this kid over here was throwing rocks in our yard. So I went over there and started yelling at him. And and then he said something about my white hair or something like that. I don't know, something. And I was like, well, this is what I say, this is my dog Daggett. And he ain't no faggot. He ain't got no AIDS. But you got to think,
and
like,
he's black.
yeah, and he's black.
Like he was probably standing.
I already predicted all the bullshit with racism coming on.
He started this shit at 3 years
Why
old.
we get views, Jack?
Yeah. The world hasn't been ready for Jake since he's 3.
Imagine that neighbor. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
This
Throwing
little
rocks at you.
This little white-haired kid just told me
I
what?
remember that. He sees the podcast. That was him.
And why does that rhyme with his dog?
Yeah, he had it. It's like he
But
practiced
being
it.
like 3 years old and like hearing like that with AIDS, like where like I was like, I told my mom, I was like, you think it's funny, but obviously it was a topic of conversation.
The thing
Oh,
is
yeah,
that
at the time.
at 3 years old, a kid doesn't have a filter So
Oh,
they hear,
hell
like,
no.
they talk about whatever they hear or they
Yeah.
see, or, you know what I mean? So he was just talking about what he's seen in life.
Yeah.
Imagine that kid dinner table conversation.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, I was throwing rocks to the neighbor. He said his dog was named Daggett. He's not a faggot. He's black.
And he doesn't have AIDS.
He doesn't have AIDS.
What's the world?
What's that
Pass the goddamn peas.
Shut up, boy.
It's
Pass
almost.
the goddamn
It's
potatoes.
not even. It's not even believable. Stop telling me stories, son.
Yeah. Pass the meatloaf. I got time for your shit. That's fucking wild, man.
So you were in Yucca Valley too, a little bit.
Just for a little bit, yeah, but mainly out here. I mean, I kind of bounced around because we didn't have a house or anything, so like I lived wherever. You know what I mean? It was
You've always been with your mom.
yeah, with my mom. At that time, my her dad was still alive, and he was a stud. He like took care of everything for her. And then after he died, that's when we came out here more permanently. I mean, when I was born, we lived in Big Bear. I was born at the St. Mary's, yeah. So I've always been like in this area.
So you were here when it was like the town was like alfalfa town booming.
Oh, yeah.
There was more going on here. Right?
Yeah, my buddy from high school actually owns the hay ranches that are left out here.
The Bell? Was it the Bells?
No, they don't own them anymore.
No?
No, Galletas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you? I'm sorry, a little off topic. The gym. Did you buy that location at Apple Valley?
Yeah. So, dude, that's a fucking funny story.
I'd like to hear it.
It used to be a Chinese
So-
buffet, I think.
Yeah.
But so, little funny story. Joe and I were trying to open a gym right before COVID.
And so we went there
We
to
went,
get that
like-
location.
And they said it was, what they say?
Yeah, they're like, it's actually being sold right now, and once it's sold, they'll be able to rent it to you. It just happened to be you guys. I was like,
But we
never
went to
mind,
different
man.
locations. And,
Let it work
yeah.
out.
So I'll give you the story on that building. It's going to be a little bit of a long one, though. So Victorville, it's in the hood. And you got to think, we're new
Yes, it
business
is.
owners. Like, we're new business owners when we open that spot. And there's a lot of lawlessness going on between crackheads, gangbangers, whatever. So me being where I come from, like, you just need to set the standard, right? So we always had a zero tolerance policy for loitering.
You
or-
get hot on the dudes in Apple Valley. I've seen you.
Dude,
So when
like,
he goes out that door hot, I'm like, what
yeah.
happened?
I mean, I'm respectful to them, but like, if they get stupid, I don't have no problem telling them get the fuck out.
I remember Jake, this is when I was with someone else at the time, and I remember you grabbed some guy and you just like threw him out, like you blocked him out the side of the gym.
Hey man, it's in the hood. Like, there's shit that went on in the early years to make that place have respect. And it goes into this story. I just bought the Raptor. First, like, after losing everything, and the first big purchase I did that was actually for me, right? Took me a long time to do it. She watched the whole negotiating and all that stuff because I don't overpay for shit. I make sure to pay what's fair. But anyways, so and it's this big thing to get it. Like, we have to receive it in Arizona because it's registered out there, blah, 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 whatever. So we have to drive it back from Arizona. And then, like, literally, it was like the first freaking week that I had it. I go to Victorville, pick up Mark. He wanted to go for a ride in it. We're going to go get lunch. Well, behind us where the VA building is, I know the owner of that center. So, like, I've been on his ass for a while to handle his shit. Like, we got our stuff handled. All the riffraff and trash and graffiti and all that stuff's coming from your area to us, and it's causing a problem. So, and this is ongoing for a while. Like, I'm very active on making sure that, zero tolerance, like, no loitering allowed, because it goes, like, you don't want your members' cars broken into, you don't want women messed with. Like, people need to know this is a safe zone. We do not go by fucking bullshit laws pushed by dictators.
Fact.
So after years of that, probably 15 fights in the parking lot, like all this stuff, till today is why that place is safe. Like, cars will be hit in 24 hours parking lot. We get maybe like one a year, just somebody that doesn't know that comes around, right? You look at the other gym's parking lots on break-ins, dude, it's horrible. They know you're going to be in there for at least an hour, so they hit the cars. So that's why we've always been active on it. So anyways, we go to leave out the backside of Victorville, where the VA is right there, and there's like probably 15 people sitting under a tree that's no longer there that we had them take down to eliminate this. And like, I'm talking alcohol, music, just
who knows
what, right? So I pull up to them and I tell them, hey guys, you're on our property. They really weren't, but like
Close
they
enough.
were. Yeah. And we don't allow any loitering, so I'm going to need you guys to get your stuff. And so they were cool. And I was like, all right, we're going to lunch. We'll be back in like an hour. Just please be gone. Go to lunch, come back. Dude, there's like 25.
Oh, shit.
Just, it's a party. So I pull up, and the dudes, there was a couple big dudes that I was talking to. So there's like a mutual respect. You know what I mean? Not talking to the crowd. I'm talking to who I think like has influence here. And I pull up, and I was like, hey, what the fuck? And they're like, fuck you, cracker. Fuck you, faggot. Go back to Palm Springs, blah, 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 blah.
Palm Springs.
What the fuck do they have to do with any of
Oh,
this?
because there's queers there?
Love Palm Springs.
That's a good line, though.
Yeah, so instantly, like, I smile. And I was like, all right, motherfucker. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And I'm with my buddy Mark, and like, I could already tell he's like, oh, shit. So I pull up in the dirt right there, back up, and just power brake it in my Raptor. The holes are still there till today. Just dirt all the way across the paws. Traffic was stopped because nobody could see. I pull up, they come out of the dirt, and they're like just dust, right?
Yeah.
So I pull up behind the gym where the roll-up door is, because we have that big camera right there, and I park and I face the paws, and I tell my partner, I said, be ready to fight, because there's a couple of them coming at us with like weapons. And he's like, I'm going to go in and get something. And he like came out with a sledgehammer or something. And so I'm standing there.
Shores hammer.
And these guys.
Oh, it was a rake.
No, that was the other guy.
Oh, it was a rake?
Yeah.
Another story.
Hold on, you're getting ahead of yourself, babe.
She's like, tell the rake part.
Rake his ass up.
It's like the scene from Anchorman. Everyone's got all these random toys.
Yeah.
So
Remember? This
shit
Jake
gets-
and their
this shit
guys,
gets
fucking
weirder
the
and
bums.
weirder. These weren't even bums. These were all felons. Half of them had ankle bracelets on.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome. So when I tell Mark, be ready to fight, I'm out of the truck already, and I throw my stuff on the seat, and I'm gonna stand in front of my truck, and I'm standing there, and they're walking towards me, and I'm just like evaluating the situation, and like I'm ready to go. Like I'm fucking like, you started it, I finished it, now you're pissed, I get it, so I already know like this is going to be a fight.
Right.
So as they're coming towards me, and I'm standing there, they get with probably, I don't know, 60 to 50 feet or something, right? And this fucker throws a piece of like concrete cinder block off my hood through my windshield.
No, in the new Raptor? No.
Dude, I saw red, bro. I have never lost like focus of like a situation. I saw red. I booked it. These are big ass boys too. The two big guys, now they're coming. The two main that I was talking to, because I had problems with them before on our lot, and I asked them to leave, whatever, right? So they already don't like me. So I book it after him. I freaking chase this dude. He turns around and takes off running.
Yeah, I got that part. Yeah. I'm like, wait, he didn't stand his ground?
Yeah, no. And he would have been better off because he had a friend there, and they were fucking big, and he had a weapon too. So he takes off, right? So I catch him, kick his feet, push him, get on top of him, handle business. And usually I'm like better at like evaluating the situation, you know, because you have to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Right now we're at a battle on our property, literally. Like these are obviously violent guys. They're felons, whatever. And I need to handle the situation. So in between that, in the meantime, I have a bunch of dudes coming this way towards me from where the incident happened originally. Coming through the back wall, I'm in the middle of that top lot up there, just fucking going to town, right? And out of the corner of my eye, I see the other dude that I ran past swinging a rock rake, the one with the metal spikes, like this wide, at my partner. So I go to, like, I see that, and that's what stops me, and I go to handle that without looking at anything else. So I jump up. And I didn't know, but right before that, the dude was going to hit me in the head with the rake, and Mark intervened and saved my ass and was like getting me out of the situation because I was just in the red zone. And when I jumped up, there was 4 more coming this way, And whatever coming this way, there's a shitload of them down there, but now the pissed off ones are coming for me, the ones that got dirt on them, obviously.
Dusting them out.
Yeah.
Not the kind of death they wanted.
Yeah. Dude, and those raptors fucking roost, too.
Yeah.
It's boost and good.
So when I jumped up, immediately, like, I go to prepare to fight these guys. I think there's like 4 of them or something. I don't know. And right when I jump up, bink, right in the head with another cinder block.
Oh.
So imagine being at that. Like, I went down after a little bit. Mark pulled me out of a situation. I ended up back up or something. And I remember that they were closing on me. I got a group of guys closing on me, and I'm in my head. And I'm like, I'm only like, my feet are loose. When you get rocked?
Yeah.
Like, my mind's there, but my feet are rocked. So I'm in my head like, come on, motherfucker, get your shit together. Get your shit together. Yeah. And then by the time they got to me, I think from what I remember is I got to like 70%. And then, so I just started clocking fools. As I was getting hit, they were getting hit. The dude with the rake ended up coming around when I threw a left and hit me in the side and just had holes all the way down my side. Stitches on my eyebrow. Mark got his Achilles cut open from the rake. Yeah, so like medical bills and all that stuff. So anyways, this story, right? We go handle all that stuff. What do you think I do? Where is it coming from? The same fucking owner that I've been not fighting with, but like trying to get him to like get security and check himself, right? So anyways, the same dude, and which we're friends now, but it got pretty hot for a while because I was threatening him like, hey, your shit's coming onto our lot. Now it's costing money. Now we're injured. Like, we could have been killed. Like, I want your insurance. You got shit to pay. You got to pay for my truck. You got to pay for our medical bills, like that type of situation. Well, the building over there comes up for sale. Who do you think owns it? The guy that owns the building behind us in Victorville that I've been threatening with lawsuits.
Oh, this gets good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the point of that long story.
How to finish? You didn't finish it.
What? I mean, we ended up getting stitches and...
But no, Mocha Mike?
Oh, shit. Oh, dude, now you said it on record, babe.
We didn't hear nothing.
Yeah. So a friend comes
we
out.
edit now.
You heard it here first, people.
Breaking news. Breaking news.
A friend comes out. I did forget about this part. He saved my ass, especially because I was in a bad spot. I was just
too many.
Too many weapons, and already injured too. Like, so this buddy of ours, a couple years prior, he wasn't in a good position. Maybe it was like 3 or 4 years prior, right? And he ended up getting caught stealing pre-workout from us. And one of our team members caught him. And then I sent one of my buddies just to like tell him, hey, don't fucking do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was a gym member or employee?
Yeah. He was a gym member.
Okay.
That was a cop.
Okay.
So anyways, fast forward a little bit after that situation, he comes back in and gets a membership maybe a year or 2 later. I don't know what it was. And the same girl that caught him still worked for us. And she was nervous about it. So I went up to him on the floor and I said, hey, bro, all due respect, but the team that caught you, they don't feel comfortable. And just like, I'm looking out for my team, so I can't have you as a member. And he's like, all right, I respect that. It was a different time, yada, yada, yada. And then after he left, I talked to the staff and I told him, I said, well, people do better with second chances, and it seems to me like he's made a change, right? And he came back here. Like, so what does that say?
He's willing to show face.
Yeah. And so I was like, it's up to you guys, but you guys should really think about it. And so they wanted to give him another chance, so I called him up and told him to come back. Then, like, literally, I think it was like a week later, that situation happens, right? With the truck and all that stuff. And then, so at the end of it, when I'm getting ready to, like, just get smashed out, he ended up rolling up. He thought we were doing a CrossFit at first, and then he rolled up.
Is this a workout?
Yeah,
dude. No one invited me.
I won't say what type of gun it was, if it was a BB gun or whatever, and fired some rounds, and then they all booked it.
Shit stopped.
Shit stopped. Yeah. So that was pretty cool, and that we're still friends.
Damn, that came back and like
that was a good little. That's
good
just
karma,
doing
man.
good by good.
Yep, and we're good friends too. Like we have a very high mutual respect for each other. So it's cool.
Wow. Really
Again, they need a fucking reality show.
Yeah.
They
cool. All right, so you need this
Jesus.
property.
So this property
reality
comes
show.
up for sale, right? And I think it was like 1.3 or 1. I don't know, so 1 point something.
Yeah, a little out of our price range.
Yeah. And it was, you know, it needed a lot of work.
It did.
Right?
Yeah.
So he has it on the market. So we try to send a realtor friend that did commercial real estate at the time. We sent him through like a trust because we knew that he wasn't going to like us. Because I'm already like this with him, right?
Yeah.
Like fucking, like pretty much every day, right? So, anyways, he couldn't get him below like 1.2, I think is what it was. And so we're sitting there. This is right before COVID. And we know what we could do there, but like 1.2 isn't worth it. Like because it needed ACs, the whole roof had to be redone, the gutting,
the
Concrete
walls,
walls,
yeah.
weren't they?
yeah, everything.
Yeah.
And there's a full blown freaking 6,000 square foot buffet in there,
Yeah.
and then the other shit. So that's a lot of work, right? So, mind you, he's avoiding us like the plague, and we think that he might know that we're trying to use this trust to buy the gym. Why he's not like negotiating, or this realtor just sucks. One of the two. So Mark and I were sitting around and we're like, what should we do? And it was actually Mark's idea. He's like, dude, I think you should set an appointment with him and go down there. I was like, good fucking idea.
Like,
Let's
don't
do
even
it.
tell it. It's you, or
Yeah, no. So I think this dude, like in my mind at the time, I think he's a slumlord. Because he has all these piece of shit properties everywhere, right? They're valuable properties, but he just slumlords them.
style. Yeah.
Yeah. So I call his office and I talk to his secretary answers, right? And so I set an appointment for Jacob Lewis regarding real estate. Or not Jacob Lewis, Jacob Daniel, sorry. So my middle name's Daniel. So it wasn't a lie. It wasn't a lie. You're like, yeah, Jacob Lewis?
Yeah.
No. So no, Jacob Daniel. And then I go down to LA. And mind you, this whole time I had like this slumlord,
Mentality.
like I know him, I met him, but I don't see what he does outside of what he does around us, right? And so I set the appointment, go down there. Dude, this dude has like a 30-story skyscraper. He has like a 25,000 square foot mansion in Beverly Hills. Like this guy is legit, right? So I'm already like, damn, fuck. I underestimated this guy a little bit.
Yeah.
So I go into his conference room and it's overlooking like the whole valley of LA on the top floor, his conference room. And then he has a board when you walk in with all of his stuff on it. And like he had my appointment on there and a couple other appointments, right? And he walks in and he gets next to me and he could already tell it's me because of my hair. So, because he came in this way and he's like looking at the board and he looks at me and he's like, Jacob Lewis? I was like, what's up, man? How's it going?
Oh shit.
And then he sits, yeah, surprise.
You probably got his ass. Like,
Yeah, no, he didn't expect it at all. So, he sits down. So he's like he's across the conference table and he's like, you could tell he's like a little bit nervous, right? And he's like, so what's up? What are you down here for? And I said, you have a building in Apple Valley. And he said, yeah. And I said, I'm here to make you an offer on it. Pull it off the market. No realtors, no bullshit. We will put it in escrow this week. And he's like, okay, what is it? And he said, I said, $975. All in. I said, no less, no more. That's our only offer. And he's like sitting there. He's like 1.1. I said, nope. I said, that's my only offer. That's my top and that's my bottom. That's my only offer. You've been sitting on that building for 10 years. You own other properties in that center. We're going to bring life to that center. It'll make you more money on the other side of it. And he agreed. We put it in escrow and then bam, COVID hit. And then they took all the SBA lenders and put them on PPP. Froze the loan. Froze the loan process, right? So we still have it in escrow, but there's no funding available. So then there was an article that was written about me, the 2 viruses in this community. And they put it in an opinion piece in the Daily Press because anybody can write an opinion piece. But they also put it like on the front page of the newspaper, like did paid ads on it on the internet, like for like 2 years. So it's something to do with like the system right there. or the Zionist fucks. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call them. Deep state, Zionist, Satanist, they're all the same. So my opinion. But anyways,
Agree.
POSs. Yeah.
so that gets around because it's fucking paid ads, and it gets around to first of all, the first bank couldn't lend to us because we weren't supposed to be open. So that killed that deal. And then we had to find a smaller bank, and then we started having issues because the 2 viruses in the community was getting rolled around the nation. And it was literally all the agenda stuff, the chick that hates cops, white males are the devil, like all that type of stuff. So, I forgot where I was going with that.
We're talking about the
Buying.
You're buying.
Apple
buying Apple Valley.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
so anyways, long story short, we went through all that. Took us 2 years.
I was like, man, we're all getting hit right now.
Yeah.
How those animals feel, boys?
I know I am. Are you on? It's hitting you?
Yeah.
It's hitting me. It's hitting Jake.
Yeah, no, dude, I've been hit.
I was going through that
I got fucking hit by Mike
right now.
Tyson.
Jake, I was there with you. And then he's like, where did I stop? Like, wait, where'd he go?
For a second, I'm like, hold on.
Like,
we
dude,
gotta
why'd you
get back to
bail
it.
on me? Like, I'm there.
So yeah, it took
LOL.
us 2 years to build that gym because of all the bullshit during COVID and the pushback from the banking system because of a stance.
Okay.
You talked about the article.
The articles you could Google. It's
I know, but did that do something with the loan? I know that.
yeah, that it affected the second one.
Yeah.
So then we had to go start all over on it and go all the way back through it. So we finally got it funded.
They cut him for funding because of that article.
Yeah, they gave us major issues.
Yeah,
for it.
red flags for it.
Yeah.
Just
Major issues and different banks because we were open and just
that
all
was
the
an
bullshit.
opinion piece. It was an opinion piece by just some random.
Yeah, some little liberal slut.
Yeah. Fucking pirate hooker from Whore Island.
Oh shit. So anyways, we ended up getting the building for $975.
Nice.
so
Yeah.
the deal went through.
Nice,
Just the
man.
funding.
Deal went
The
through.
funding was the issue. The timing.
And what was cool too is he had times to pull out on us because of all the issues.
Yeah.
But I think that he had a respect that I came to him straight up. And we're friends now. I put the other shit under the rug. I just said, fuck it. I don't need your insurance, bro. You gave me a good deal on the building.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm making money. I'm good.
Do you guys own the Victorville one too? You guys always
the
buy
center?
properties?
The ones that we own, yes, that's our model to go into, and
Smart.
we try to coach new licensees that are coming on to
Same
do
way.
the same way. But there's also other ways to do it, to where depending on how much cash you have, it's all what it all comes down to at the end of the day.
Yeah.
The licensing.
Yeah, the licensing, if anybody wants to open a gym, what we're doing now is our ultimate fuck you to the system is to multiply what was a major thorn in their ass when they were trying to control the people. So if we can multiply our gyms and give other people across the country the opportunity to do what we do, give you our system, give you our brand, then we license our brand. That's the next phase of our business right
Build
now.
an army.
Building an army.
Do you have
across the country.
any other locations that are coming up?
Havasu.
That's the next project.
Yeah, that one's gonna be freaking sick, bro. It's gonna have an outdoor pool. The gym's gonna open up to it.
Wow.
We're working on some pretty cool stuff. The real estate just closed, so now we're going in to start working with some architects and stuff.
Your buddy was with Moran, huh?
Oh yeah, Jose, he's a stud. Yeah,
Yeah.
They're really good friends of ours. Really, they're from out here originally. Yeah.
I know. I worked with his brother for a while.
Yeah.
Jose's a motherfucker, but I respect him a lot because he gets shit done.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I will say. He's
he's
an
a stud.
asshole, but he gets a lot of shit done.
Tons of respect.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a beautiful family, and
Yep.
and he picked up from one town and moved to another, and is successful. He's successful out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he got married. That surprised me. I thought he was gay.
Jovi, you thought he was gay?
He said that in our wedding.
Yeah,
video.
they were freaking. If you watch our wedding video, it's
That's
pretty
the
funny.
message to
Yeah,
him.
we have a black Trump and a Monopoly man.
Yeah. That's what I seen that. Who are those characters?
They were
Al.
Flower girls.
Yeah.
Flower girls. We had a Monopoly man and Donald Trump with money guns.
Black Donald Trump,
Yeah, I saw that.
Black.
and he does a good
Fucking
impersonation
wild,
of
bro.
You need to see the video. It's so funny.
Did they roll in on a golf cart or
for
something?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they rolled
They
in on
slid in on a golf cart, grabbed a money bag, reached in, grabbed 2 gold money guns, came down the aisle, blasting the aisle with money.
That's fucking gnarly.
It was sick.
That's dope.
I could imagine, dude. I wish I could be at that position in life, but on a gummy, dude, that would have been even sicker. But be in the audience, like
So
somebody else's wedding.
Did you limit the audience size, or was it invite?
Fuck, I would have paid
'cause
tickets in that.
Everybody probably had to win.
No, it was cool, man. Our nieces sang the national anthem, did like a We the People rap and stuff. It was
Fuck,
sick.
was Hulk Hogan there? Fuck.
No, but Pete Grimkowski was.
Jeez. Fucking.
You get SVL right there.
Yeah.
Country Club.
Yep.
Good time.
Oh
That
yeah.
was a great time. Everyone got home safe. If we got something, you just run to the house and grab it.
Yeah.
We had two
Sure.
houses. We rented one on the water too, and then we had our
Sick.
house. So
Very nice.
You-
Congrats.
You golf?
I need to. I don't know. I've done it twice.
You shut up, Adam.
Jake.
You shut up. You shut up. Golf is a
They're not
sport.
athletes. They're not athletes.
Golf is golf a sport?
No.
It's definitely. I think it's more of
It's
a
a
mind.
talent.
It's
It's
a
a
mind
talent.
sport.
Okay,
Like, it's not
you
so
gotta
much
give
physical.
Yeah, it's a talent.
But I guess it doesn't have to be.
Have you ever walked 36 holes and hit that club 120 times because you're that bad, you know? You get tired
Yeah,
at the
you
end
get
of
tired.
it, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no. Especially if there's alcohol.
They're not
involved.
athletes.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah, if there's alcohol involved, definitely. That's for damn sure. Because
Tiger-
I've done it twice.
Tiger Woods is an athlete.
Whoa, jeez, babe.
Did she take a gummy? She did,
Yeah.
huh? Fuck
good?
yeah.
Can I get a? Is there more water or? I'll take an iced tea.
No,
What?
no, keep
You
going.
messed it all up. We got to start over now.
Yeah, yeah. Fuck. Yeah.
I want to ask her, like, the American Freedom is your guys' thing? Her
Yeah,
thing? Like,
she's the boss
I
on
want to
that.
ask some of that question.
Yeah,
You want
she's
to share it?
for
I'll
sure.
take
Where are you guys at? Where is it at
Yeah.
over there?
Hesperia Road, the big white
got
building on the
cotton
corner of
Heritage?
Silica.
Heritage
No,
Center?
down the big white building across from Wells Fargo.
Yeah, yeah. It's not Heritage Center? No.
No, that's up more.
So there's a lending group in there, yeah? PRMG?
That's PRMG. No,
I thought they're on the top right there.
no, they're down more. But we're in that big building on the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
The office space in that looks dope.
Oh, it's sick, bro. Yeah, it's definitely. I think that she has the nicest office in the high desert that I've seen, at least out of anybody else's, because nobody puts any style in anything
No,
or
it looks
effort.
like you want to hang out there and like.
Oh,
you guys
yeah.
hosted a USC thing or
Yeah,
just this networking event or what
Yeah,
was it?
we're gonna do that like every 45 days or so. Just bring business. Just we don't talk about our business, but we'll get the fights. We'll put it up on the big projector, and then like the lights are all cool, loud. We have a system in there, so loudspeakers and
Is it
stuff.
like more geared towards networking and just getting
Just
people
networking,
together?
putting people together. Yeah, business owners or somebody that whatever.
I have
Anything.
question. Why didn't the Apple Valley location get a sauna?
Because there wasn't enough
Good one,
size.
Joe.
What?
There wasn't enough size. We would have had to do two, and with the size of that building and the way California works, we would have had to move the wall out like another 10 feet.
Oh, shit.
So think about losing 10 feet on the weight floor. Like we couldn't afford that.
Yeah, it's
so,
not worth it. Yeah, we need the weights.
Yeah, but I mean, it needs one though. Maybe it's something we could figure out later on to add one on. But it'd have to be connected to the locker rooms or something.
Yeah,
That's the only thing.
You can't have co-ed ones. Yeah, they have to be separate.
No, that you could do either.
Yeah.
But like you have to think if you did a co-ed, you would
Access.
want it. Yeah, the access.
Yeah, where the water things are, huh? Or
Right.
something like that.
Yeah.
Because all your fire sprinklers, all that's all in that area, huh?
Yeah, there's all kinds of when it comes to like commercial buildings and construction, there's all kinds of shit that goes to it.
It's such fuckery, isn't it?
Well, with
yeah.
the-
It is, and the city is like, hey, you know what? Since you guys are doing this, why don't you add this and this and two? Make our city look
same
better.
thing with the
I'm like, you
gross. They're
fucker.
super.
Oh,
all
yeah.
this shit has to be checked off.
They made us put in
Yeah.
fire hydrants, Tesla chargers, repave the roads.
It's
I'm
a way
like,
to
what?
strangle. It's a
Oh,
way
bro,
to
it's
strangle
nuts.
business, is what it is. There's too many regulations.
And then every utility has to be upgraded from the system itself. Edison, the gas. All
What,
that
what
shit.
exactly do they do? Because that road hasn't been paved in fucking
It's
years.
terrible,
There's
dude.
potholes everywhere.
I feel like those two roads are the worst roads in the high desert.
Yeah.
They send it to Ukraine.
Yeah, that's where it goes.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, I knew that. Come on. Tell him,
It's
Jake.
fucking crazy.
It is. It's pretty wild, man.
So what do you got? Anything? Dude, Jake's so high, dude.
He is. Look at his eyeballs.
Yeah, I
right
know.
now. Look at them.
No,
pretty wild,
They're
man. It
gone.
is.
Where'd your eyeballs go?
Bro, they're there.
Jacob made a joke, and then Jake was just looking at him, and then like a second later, he's like going.
I told you, dude, he's got me there, okay? It is what it is.
No, that's great.
That way.
That's all good.
That's okay. Don't worry about it.
It's like the laser thing. where you do it all. Shh.
Give me
You
play the
did
song.
Good job, babe.
Hell yeah.
You made it. You only hit both cameras.
Yeah.
You're not the first one. We all do it.
One time Jake bumped a camera sideways. No
Didn't
one
say
noticed
nothing
the whole time.
Didn't say nothing.
Nobody knew. I didn't feel it, dude. You know?
He wants to ask you some questions.
It's all right.
Oh,
Joe's never recorded audio on a couple sessions where we would do a whole episode. There's no audio, and
No,
Joe's like,
zero, guys.
yeah,
Zero.
Joe will be like, hey guys, I got bad news. I'm like, yeah. So we have like,
Group chat, and I'm like, it's all right, man. Just move on. To the next.
we have like 6 or
Three.
8, 6.
Three
We have
episodes.
6 hours of
6 hours.
great footage,
Yeah.
but no audio.
No audio. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have like an OnlyFans. You pay for it. You can put whatever audio you want
And
over.
then
it.
you brought Jorge. Yeah,
we started- we started,
He
yeah.
makes sure it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, well, it depends
That's
how
awesome.
loaded he is sometimes.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like, there's some human errors that comes with it.
Jorge's our Jamie, like a
A young Jorge. We call him young
Rogan?
Jorge.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
Jamie.
Young
Like there
Jorge.
was one time Joe forgot to put the soundboard on. Was that one? Remember?
No, yeah. No,
It's okay,
it
but-
ended up being that the
yeah,
software was
yeah,
recording
so-
from somewhere
yeah.
else. Yeah, it was stupid.
All right, so Miss Boss Lady.
What's up?
So how's your American Freedom? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
How's that go? So what's the
going
program
good.
over there?
Well, I love what I do because. Oh, this goes in the front. Did I do this right?
It goes now.
I don't think you
Okay.
She's on a gummy too, guys.
Yeah, don't forget.
What's freedom?
American Freedom, right?
Yeah, so American Freedom. So what we do is we give people the education that honestly we should have had when we were in school, and they are fucking us on purpose. They want us to be illiterate and dumb with our money, to work for the rest of our life, to be in debt, to not retire, to not have that dream life. Like they totally want to take away our dreams. And the thing is, like, having a job where you clock in and you work for somebody else, you build someone else's goals and dreams, like you're never going to understand what it's like to live a life of freedom. And it's like that's the biggest thing that we can give people is you got to work for yourself. Like you have to become learn how to manage your money, become financially independent, and that way you can truly invest your time and energy into what you're destined to be here for. And that's the thing. Like so many people are distracted by life and bills and debt. And if we can help people with that, I think that's the most godly thing that you can do. Like that's totally like God's, gift back to people is like helping them get out of that rat race.
Yeah, it's crazy. A friend of mine, he actually works with me. You guys know him, Danny Cuevas.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I love Danny.
He talks so highly of that program, and he's a hustler, man. He's a hustler,
Absolutely,
man. He always
yeah,
says, "Jake, you're my hero." I go, "You're mine, Danny." That's what I always tell him.
Yeah,
But he speaks super highly of that program, and and ever since he started it, dude, you could just see
changed him. It changes
in
you.
him. Yeah, it's pretty wild. So
Yeah, it changes
it's
you.
I can testify to that. Like
That's
his
awesome.
whole attitude. It's weird. Like
And he's
it's impressive.
related to family wise?
no, we're buddies at my job.
Okay.
I'm the old head. He's under one of my loaders or neighborhood markets. But man, he's just a cool ass fucking. I thought he was cool before, but to see like his mindset change ever since he started that,
Yeah. He just
super
had his
cool.
daughter.
Yes, he has beautiful little baby girl. Like he has his Danny Boy details.
Okay, that's him?
Yeah, that's Danny, and that's his little hustle. His little
He's
business.
trying
he
to
wants
figure it
go-
out and
yeah,
learn. And so
he's-
you guys coach him, or is how does it,
Absolutely,
are you
yeah.
involved with that too, Jake?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we coach and train and
good
we teach
kid,
people that want
super
to
good kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could definitely see like his attitude ever since he started it. He's just just
What's
a
that
fucking
been like
go-getter.
6 months or something like that?
Yeah. He's just a fucking go-getter, man, and it's really
And
impressive.
so, are you guys have like people of all ages, business owners? Like, how does your
So
clientele come in?
Clientele, so word of mouth.
Yeah.
I love working with people that already know what I'm about and what we're about, and social media and being in the community and being in business as long as we've been in. Our network has grown, but also we take advantage of like, if we're invited to a party, like we make sure we show up. And that's the thing is like, if you're invited to a birthday party, don't just blow it. Like you got to show up for them and
Support.
Yeah, be
Yeah,
a friend.
dude,
Be a
it's
friend
cool.
first.
No, it does.
It's true. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's true.
So
Like,
we grow our network that way, and it's grassroots. It's
Yeah.
shaking hands, holding babies, but it's like real, like authentic. It's it's creating
So you
friendships.
get to know these people on like a more not like
Yeah.
an intimate level, kind of
Yeah.
where you see the family, you see the feeling.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The kids hug on you, say hi. You know what I mean? So it's a different
Yeah.
relationship.
He, like,
And that's
for-
what we. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was like, for example, like he was talking to me about Jake, and you guys showed up to his baby shower.
Yeah,
I think? Yeah.
mhm.
And a gift they gave was an investment to their daughter's future. Like
So
super.
you're
fucking
presenting
cool.
different type
like,
of-
it's just super
yeah.
fucking cool.
Absolutely.
Like to speak, just for an
you.
example.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's so any of our friends like that are having a baby and there's a baby shower, because of what we do on that side and the licenses that Kathy holds, we're able to so if we, instead of go buying a bunch of junk, right, like a
Toys,
gift
they
or
grow out.
diapers, even whatever, all that stuff, what we do is we give them a check for $250 in the baby's name for when the baby's born. Then we start a Roth IRA or some type of investment account for the baby, and then tell them that they should be putting into this too, because at whatever age, this could be X amount of million or whatever
Could
you
turn
do.
a lot
Yeah.
of money, yeah.
For example, a hypothetical in a moderate performing growth mutual fund that we offer to our clients as an investment mutual fund, over a period of 30 years, you can invest $200,000 into this mutual fund, and you'll have $3.5 million in 30 years. That's the power of compound interest, and that's what we teach our clients and our agents about, is that you got to learn how money works and how it doubles.
Let money make money work for you.
So one thing that I want to add too is the reason that we got into this business was during 2020, the death threats, the chaos. Like, I looked over at her and said, we need to look into some life insurance. Like, shit where like I'm walking into a restaurant, getting into a fight, like type shit's going on, right? So riots going everywhere, like all this craziness, right? So I went around looking for life insurance, and I went to like 4 different ones, and I was like, this is all dog shit. Like, I don't even know anything about life insurance, and I would tell you, you'd never get me to sign that. Low coverage, high payments. Like, I'm freaking in the best shape like you could ever be in at the time. And like, you're going to get it. Kathy's in the best shape ever. Like, you're not telling me that that's what this is, right? So then we went and we sat down with somebody else that happened to be our next door neighbor that was a retired cop that did financial services. And we sat down with him, and I was going through the presentation, and I got irritated. I was like, these motherfuckers. And I was thinking, they don't teach us this shit in school. This has been around forever. Why the fuck don't I know about this sooner?
Yeah.
And what are they teaching kids today in school? Nothing. They don't teach us fundamental finance for a reason.
Go to
They
school,
want
get a
us-
good job.
Yep. Go to fucking
Get in debt,
You know what
work
I
for
learned?
the-
You know what I learned in fucking high school out here? How to sign the front of a check. Told me to go get a job so that I could get a credit card, to get a car loan, to get a
in
house.
debt, yeah.
Exactly.
So, and then what am I? I'm stuck in the system. I'm stuck in the rat race. If
Yeah.
I just went and got a job and stayed at a job my whole life, right?
Yeah.
So during the presentation that we're receiving, like, I just stop them. And like, I already did the research on the company and all that stuff, right? It's the best company out there. And I've known about it. It's been around for a long time, that type of stuff. And I just stopped him. And I said, how much are you making doing this? Because like, this is needed. This is not a want. This is a need. And he said, right now I'm 3 years into the business. I'm making like $250,000. He's a retired cop, $6,000 a month salary. And now he's making like $500,000. And this has been like, since we've been in the business, he's increased his income that much, and our income has went up too. So anyways, I asked him what profit margins it operates on, and he said 97.5%. All you need is your phone and a laptop, really. Like, you could hotspot off your phone. Like, that's all you need to really run this business. And you got to get licenses and stuff like that, and develop and
Talk
learn.
to people.
But anyways,
Like people.
so we get a policy. I think at the time it was $1 million policy for like $100, and I'm getting quotes for $150 a month for $100,000 in coverage. But there's an investment attached to it, and the investment, like, I didn't know what it was, but I was like, this doesn't look like it works to me, so I'm not doing that. And so that's how we got into this business, though. And the way that we look at it is, I mean, obviously, the reason I'm sitting here is because, from pushing back, right? That's my story. And knowing how bad they educate us in school, or what they educate us with, and what they don't educate us about, it's a way to push back on the system. Because if we can get a hold of, the sooner we can get a hold of somebody and help them create their accounts and stuff, the soon, like, when they're older, they're paying their elder self, right? So think about that. Like, think about, like, if I look at it as if I would have saw it when I was 18, or if my mom would have created something for me. Dude, if my mom would have created an account with just a little bit a month.
$25 a month.
Yeah, a little bit a month, you could be worth $2 to freaking whatever million.
Will you run numbers on, like, say somebody could do it $25 a month? What does that do for you at the end?
Yeah, so $25 a month. If you're doing like a short-term account for your child, like let's just say, and that's the thing. It's like what really separates us is that we work with the middle class. Like if you, so most people think that you need a large investment to be an investor, but you can become an investor with $25 a month, and we get to give people that opportunity to everyone.
Okay, well that's good to hear because usually like you think of an investment, you think of like a big chunk of money.
This isn't an app. Like this is through the Federal Reserve. This is like she's federally licensed and she's an advisor.
So. $25 a month into a mutual fund, let's say the SHAPX, Clear Bridge Appreciation Fund. It's been around since 1970. It's managed by Scott Glasser. Scott Glasser has decades experience of being a portfolio manager, and he nurtures this fund. It's not me or anyone else. It is, so that's why I'm very confident to invest in this because of who's managing it. And if you do like, for example, when I told you earlier, $200,000, that's a $200 investment every month for 30 years, you'd have $3.5 million saved up. Just by doing $200 a month? $200 a month.
So $2,400 a year?
But that's the thing is you have to stay consistent.
Yeah, I'm just running the numbers.
$25 for a child, they would have about $20,000 saved up by the time they turn 20. Think about that.
That's something. That's
a college tuition
that's just
if
cash.
That's what you want, or buy a car. That takes that stress off of the parent. Like, oh gosh, now I have to.
Is it ever too late a time to start?
No.
Thank you.
No, as soon as you have that social security number, open up that investment account.
Yeah, but he's saying, is it ever too late?
Like too late?
No.
No, it's just.
So I wanted to sign up.
Now. I mean, unless you are retired.
If I want to do it for my son, he's 13.
Yeah, now,
do it.
Absolutely.
Start a Roth IRA for him.
Daughter,
Absolutely.
Absolutely, and then make them take it over when they're adulting because it'll just.
Keep paying it so they pay them all themselves.
Because it's you're purchasing actual stocks in these funds.
Okay.
So instead of if you look at it like if you go in and invest in a single share like a Tesla or something like that, you have extreme volatility. So now if you have, let's just say you have Tesla's competitor and Tesla, and you have AMPM, and you have Chevron, and just using as an example, Microsoft, Apple, like that, you're well rounded because you're buying shares of all these companies, and the fund managers, and they manage trillions. Yeah. The fund managers can pull any company that they want out if they see them not performing or they see turmoil coming in down the road. They'll get them out and replace it with something else. So it's diversified. Since the inception of the stock market, what we go heavy in is mutual funds. Not saying that all mutual funds are good, because there's a big difference between funds, and there's thousands of them. But you're buying shares of all those companies, right? So instead of just being in with Tesla and they get super volatile, what it does is it diversifies you across the market. So you're not getting the massive gains at once, which are usually followed by a big rebound. Yeah. You're getting, you're using time in the market. Like our funds right now, she just posted it, like we've been this year averaging 20% to 26%.
No, I seen, that was a good little thing. All your numbers right there, you can see them all.
Yeah. And then, last year, one of our funds was a 44.99% return.
Wow. It's FKDNX.
Yeah. So
that's good, dude. That's real good.
Yeah, it's actual stock market shit. You're not going on Robinhood and just buying shares.
Where you have to be the money manager. But now why not let the professional manage your money for you, and you don't have to worry about waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh, is it time to buy, sell, hold? Like, oh fuck.
My grandparents used to trade stocks. Like my grandma, like when I was growing up, I used to spend a lot of time over there, and she'd be on the computer. Like she made money and stuff, but she'd be up there trading stocks.
Yeah, getting up at 5 in the morning.
Then I come over, hey, what's wrong? We had a bad day on the stocks. You know what I mean? Like so, there was always, but it's just part of the hustle, and you watch.
Yeah.
But
that's the thing is like when you're playing with single stocks, you're gambling. Mm-hmm. It's not investing at that point. No. Like.
That's it.
You're either going to win or you're going to lose.
That makes a lot of sense because she's like a professional gambler. She's like, she goes to the casinos, they pay for all her shit. Like, so it makes sense. Like what he's saying. Dope. Yeah, she makes money.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but the long-term game, which is fine, right? Yeah. But it's so important to have a long-term game as well as a short-term game. Always.
That makes sense what you're saying. Like, I think about it.
Yep.
So you guys recruit. You guys sell policies
Absolutely.
to
Yeah.
people.
So we
Do you
a full
recruit
financial
people to help
plan.
sell policies also?
I mean, of course. I mean, we want to grow our organization. So if there's someone that was looking for an opportunity to be their own boss and they want to be coached by us, yeah, absolutely. Like if you like people, though, you gotta like people. If you don't like people, you're not allowed to be on the
So
team.
it's I know.
I see you guys have a team you're building. I see
Yeah.
there's certain
Yeah.
individuals, and you have like, what was that? Did you guys have a workshop or what was that? A showcase? You guys had something a while back with like you guys were on stage, you were talking, you're doing the worm,
yeah.
the backwards worm.
Yeah. No, we
Yes.
were.
The
We were
backwards
number.
worm.
We are
That's
the
right.
number
yeah.
one office.
Legendary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that was.
We're the number one office in California.
And you guys had like a lot of people on stage. Is that your team,
We
or
had
how does that
then
work?
then we were number one broker and above, and our team was number one below broker.
Oh, wow.
So it's
yeah,
Kat
we
and
killed
Dylan.
Kat and Dylan.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Kat
really?
and Dylan.
The bodybuilder.
Yeah, Cat's cool. Dylan,
Yeah.
they're both cool.
22
Yeah,
years
they're
old.
killing it.
Yeah, they
Nice.
just bought their house in December. They closed on it, and they are also brokers in the business.
So check
they
this
did that in
out.
4 months.
Check
And-
this out, because she still holds her real estate license. Kat and Dylan, when we first started working with them, had a 5-year plan to buy a house. 5 year. They're like 22 years old right now. And with working with Kathy on the financial side of their finances, and then also joining us in the business and us coaching them, Kathy got them a house in Spring Valley Lake, pool, badass house. What was it, 3 months? 4 months?
4 months.
So check-
4 months. 5
So,
years to 4
Hey,
months.
last year we were at Aries. Remember the summer?
Yeah,
shorts
yeah.
got sold?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
was that?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember?
Was it- that wasn't last summer.
No, I know it wasn't last
It was the summer before, I think.
Was it?
I
No,
think
it
so.
was last year.
No, it was last year because you were supposed to go.
Yeah, I got invited, but I didn't go.
He didn't go.
That
So
was
it was
August or
last
something,
year.
wasn't it?
No,
Last
yeah.
summer. Yeah,
So
'cause it was the-
you guys were talking about working together, like Mastiff, Fitness, like all kind of different stuff you guys
Yeah.
were going. So
Yeah.
it took off after that?
Yep.
Yeah, because that was
Yeah.
they were working on that.
They just-
They own a house now.
Yeah, they just started training at the gym.
Yeah,
And
yep.
like you,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
that was last year. Yeah, so you're right.
So
just
that
thought it was
summer,
longer.
after that,
we
they.
changed her life. Like,
Yeah.
we changed both their lives.
Because I was there at the
Cool.
witness of that.
Yeah.
Caitlin was there. She's in
Yep.
the East Coast
Yeah.
now, but yeah.
Yeah.
So that's
Well,
crazy.
They,
That's cool.
They changed their lives. We
Yeah,
just
it's
showed
interesting.
them. Yeah, we just showed them.
That's cool.
I got to do the work.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It doesn't take long, it's just if you're willing to do
It's
the
just
work,
who wants to
follow
work.
the
They're hard
plan.
workers. They obviously you
Yeah.
can tell. Look at them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if we had someone interested, any of our viewers,
Yeah,
your
absolutely.
Instagram,
So my direct
almost.
is Kathy with a K __, and then our business page. Well, that's to hit me directly. Our business page is Team American Freedom.
Or just go to invested-af.com, and that's our website, and that'll all go to us.
invested
Invested-af.com.
as fuck.
Yeah.
Hey, well, that was like
American Freedom.
yeah. That's why I did that,
American
like to
Freedom.
make it come off like that.
Yeah. You're good with the play of names.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
gym.
You're pretty
Yeah.
slick
Yeah.
there, buddy. Like he said, he puts it all together and then comes back and
Yeah.
fine tunes
Yeah,
it.
Yep. That's how it works, man. You have to picture it before you do it. If you don't picture it, then what the fuck are you going for?
Yeah.
Facts,
yeah.
man.
Like straight up. Like
Yeah.
even if you want to gain a bunch of muscle, like what do you want to look like? Then you better train like that. You know?
You know, there's one thing I always tell people, and like I want to tell you, like I respect about you. You're always like the same.
Yeah.
Like wherever I see you, whatever engagement, like in front of whoever,
Yeah.
you're pretty like kosher. Just
He's himself.
Yep.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
never like somewhere to. I've never seen him like show out or flex or anything. Like
Nah.
he's just Jake. So
Yeah.
I always like dig that about you, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Definitely. I mean, I can get wild though.
Yeah. I've heard. So
can see
hey,
it.
I heard about a story.
Fuck yeah.
You too were involved.
Fuck
Flying
yeah.
Superman punch.
Oh, dude, that
What's-
was.
you
want
to break it down a little bit? Tell us some fun times at the channel.
Well, actually, this is a
Oh,
this is a
wow,
byproduct of all the pushback.
Okay.
It's crazy.
So we go when I was under federal indictment before I was guilty, right? They had me like us hardcore, like, I mean, go through the airport as a terrorist, right? So get the full treatment, packages, having to, like, I couldn't leave the Central District of California. Technically, I still can't, but whatever, fuck it. I get off probation in 2 weeks.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Almost there, baby.
Yeah.
Almost there. Hopefully they don't get me.
He's getting.
He's like, hey, don't put this episode out until.
Until after.
Just 2 weeks. Just 2 weeks.
That's all I'm asking.
Well, it's the 13th to be
He's all
exact.
tell Jake free
So 10
PBJs
days.
for Boo Boo.
Actually 10,
Yeah.
10 days.
10
13.
days.
Oh, we need a discount at the market. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Imagine.
You got a card or something? Yeah.
Shit, what the fuck was I talking about?
Before your indictment.
Oh yeah, we are Superman punch.
Oh, the Superman punch thing. So I have all this stuff going on. So I have all this stuff going on with the federal courts. Can't do anything. Drug testing. Can't be out of the area. I have to ask for permission to go out of the area. So federal court grants me to go to Havasu. And we go to Havasu. We go with retired cops, special forces, like outside of one couple, pretty chill couple, or groups of couples, right? But have their shit together.
Yeah.
So we're in the channel, and we have the boats parked, 4th of July weekend, 4th of July to be exact. You know how they have that concrete ledge?
Yeah,
We're on
Concrete.
the outhouse side over there by the grassy hills.
Yeah.
So that's where we're parked up right there. So we get there, or we get the boats in the water early. We get down to the boats, and all day the cops are on us, like watching us. All day, right? So I go up to them, ask them if they want any Gatorades, anything like that. Talk to them, let them know, hey, if there's anything you see from these boats right here, let me know. I'll stop them because like they're like strict about squirting and stupid shit, right?
Stupid.
Yeah.
We're
So
outside.
dumb, but so that's how the relationship goes all day. So a couple that we brought, the girl we never met before, and then the dude is a friend of ours that's just like knucklehead when it comes to women. And
We all have one of those.
yeah, so they get in an argument, and he ends up leaving. So she stays with us, but she's staying at our Airbnb. She's on our boat, so like she's with us. You know?
Yeah.
I'm not going to leave anybody
They were
behind.
fighting and they broke up, and then he left her. With
So
us.
your friend left the girl that first time
With us.
with you guys.
His
Yeah.
problem left
Yeah.
with us.
Okay.
So I look up a little bit later, and she's like way too drunk. And I look up a little bit later, and these guys are trying to like pull her, like take her
I don't know
somewhere.
where these guys come.
Yeah. So I get up and I go up there and I say, hey, it's like probably 20 feet up from like the ledge, right? Or the ledge. And I go up there and I tell them, she came with me. She's leaving with me. If you guys want to get her phone number and talk to her tomorrow, I don't give a fuck. But this is how it's going to work. And this dude that was like probably like 4.5 feet tall, like 260 pounds, maybe a little bit taller than that, but 5 foot tall, starts running his mouth like tough guy shit. And I was like, check it out, bro. I'm here on federal indictment. If you feel like I disrespected you that bad on the other side of that grassy hill right there, there's no cops. We can go over there, handle our shit, and walk back. If not, leave it alone. It's not worth it. And he didn't say shit, right? So I get the girl back to the boat. Some time goes by, and all of a sudden I look up, and this group of guys are coming at me, and I'm standing up on the ledge. I was like, fuck, here we go. Because they were coming towards me. Like, I know the look, right? And so I'm sitting there, and I'm just like ready. Like, I'm not going to instigate, but like I will ignite, You have to, like when you're outnumbered. So one of the dudes, it was a retired cop, gets up and like stops him. Kathy gets in between, and I'm just standing there, and I'm like, these motherfuckers, like, this another day, another time, whatever, right? So as I'm standing there, I'm standing towards the ledge. This dude comes running from behind, sucker punches me right on the jaw, off the ledge, into the water, and then he lands on me and gets me 5 or 6 more times. Needless to say, I'm knocked out. And Kathy actually came and fucking hooked the dude.
Nice.
And then the other dude came and pushed him, and he went in the water. He fled. Fled. And I wake up. Like, it was like a death scene, I guess, because she thought I was going to drown, and she was like pulling me out of the water, like, don't die.
You were gonna die. He was non-responsive. It was not, like, it really
Yeah, I was out.
horrible.
This
Like,
dude got me good.
Yeah.
Like, this guy was just on top
And
of him, just hitting him.
Yeah, I flew from up here to
Yeah.
way
You landed in the water?
down,
And he was
yeah,
down,
on
and
the
he was
edge of the water.
out.
Shit.
He was
There
not
could have been
coming
rocks.
Hey, this
like,
motherfucker said that he got me good.
yeah.
Yeah. He owns it.
I mean,
you know?
Heck, respect.
Yeah, respect.
Honestly,
But
I mean, I
good.
shouldn't
Got me
say,
good, dude.
No,
He got me
not
good.
good.
I
That
shouldn't
was
say
bitch
good because he's a
move.
little bitch,
Coward.
but like he he got me in a good
motherfucker,
spot.
you got me.
Yeah.
I gotta give it to you. You got me.
Yeah, but like that's like you're a little coward. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you're a bitch. Like I would never
You
do
had
that
to
to
go
somebody.
around.
Sucker
and-
punch.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I wake up and I see that the cops are talking and there's a cop right here, and I was like, I don't need to press charges. I'm good. Like I know how this works. I'll get
so
I'll get the
hard
police
to-
report. I'll know who's who. I'll know what's up.
Yeah.
And the cop that was with us said, no. You tell them you want to press charges unless if they don't get Kathy out of
They
handcuffs.
put me in handcuffs
Oh shit.
because
And yeah, and so fast forward through all this shit, I tell them I'm pressing charges, get my girl out of handcuffs. I go in handcuffs. They won't take statements from all of the people that were with us, Navy SEAL, Special Forces, retired cop,
they wouldn't take any.
viable sources, right?
Yeah.
Viable sources.
Yeah.
They won't take statements because they're our friends. But they go over to the other side and take statements from
Yeah.
every one of their friends. All their stories are all different, making me look like the bad guy, which still doesn't
And then-
matter. Like we have sources over here. Of course, they're going to want to get out of trouble, you fucking idiots.
So the police officers roll up or just walk up to us and they're like, "You guys are." Everyone was saying that you guys are the aggressors.
Yeah.
That's what they call us, aggressors.
Yeah.
Like you guys are the ones the most aggressive here. And we're like, fuck! Like we've been here all day.
How many of them are there? How many of us? Like
So-
shut the fuck
we
up.
have a boat. These guys just came out of nowhere.
Did you guys end up getting arrested?
So it gets
Yes,
better.
we stayed a night in
Kathy's
jail.
in a freaking thong and no shoes, and I'm in just board shorts, no shoes, concussion,
No
like fucked
shirt.
up, bleeding, and they take us to jail. We got all the body camera footage back, right?
Oh shit.
And when the cop was interviewing Kathy, like in their little trailer thing, he muted his body camera at one part.
Yeah.
He told her that I know that your man was arrested at the Capitol. And then
Yeah.
when we got the footage back, that's outed out of it, right? So
He
my
asked-
opinion, they were put on us and took an opportunity to really fuck us. Because you got to think I was under federal indictment.
For sure.
I'm out on a bond. I'm already a domestic terrorist. So now
looking
I
for
have
a
to
reason.
fight this case, but I also have to fight the federal court.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have to go through and do all this shit. So on me, the charges ended up getting dropped. And then on her, they gave her a misdemeanor, which it was just a bitch because the time that she was getting her federal licenses and stuff. So it's like, but that type of situation, when I was under indictment, happened more than once.
Damn.
Like wedding in Vegas and another place that I had to get permission. They knew where I was going. They knew where I was staying, right? So we go to a wedding. We're in the Wynn. We have dinner, all this stuff. We go to some places. At the end of the night, Kathy's a little bit like wobbly. It's a long night. She's in heels. You know what I mean? I'm walking her down. And I start seeing this dude like popping up like around like machines and stuff. So I stop. Like after I saw him like 3 times, I stopped. And I turn around, I walk up to him, I say, "Hey, what the fuck are you following me for?" He said, "I saw what you did to that girl." And I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I said, "That girl? My wife? Like, what are you talking about?" "Yeah, you threw her on the ground and pulled her by the hair and all this crazy shit." None of it happened.
What happens in the bedroom stays between
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
Business.
Kathy, what's
Yeah,
going
it's none of your
on?
business.
Quit
So
talking
then-
to your hairdresser.
Did you see my phone?
Kathy, close the blinds.
Quit telling Jake's crazy nights.
How do you know about that?
Her gay hairdresser.
So, this fucker like brings backup in because I told him, I was like, "You're a little bitch, bro. You're trying to put that on me right now. Either you're a fucking fed or you are such a bitch and insecure with your life that you have to go find shit. Which one is it?" So then he calls backup. They take and separate us. They take me under the casino, fucking search me, which is illegal as fuck. This is supposedly the win. Search me, handcuff me, put me on a bench, and handcuff me to a bench.
You're underneath the casino?
Underneath, like under like a couple levels.
Yeah.
So, like, and then
I don't know about you, I have
the
anxiety
boss.
as a
Yeah,
motherfucker right
right?
now. I got
His
anxiety.
eyeballs open up.
Motherfucker
His
right
eyeballs
now.
are whoop.
Bro, I got anxiety with this fucking story. Go ahead. I'm like, Jake, you're. Yeah. I just picture like casino, bro.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You can't make this shit up, bro.
No, man. Well, again, reality show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was some weird shit. But so then anyways, so the boss fucking security comes in He's like, so what happened? I was like, this dude right here is a little bitch, and he has a plastic badge, and something is going on. Like either he's a fed or he's just a straight insecure little bitch and should not have this position. And he's standing right there. So then he's like, the boss like goes through the footage and he's like, well, we have to call, what do they call the cops out there?
Metro.
We have to call Metro on anything like this. And I was like, yes, please get him here. Metro comes out. I hear him talking to Kathy outside, and then he comes in.
What did he do to you? I'm like, he's my freaking boyfriend. I think
he could do whatever he wants to me.
Yeah, I'm like, we lived together. Like, this is stupid. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're fucking dumb.
Yeah. So,
anyways, like, back to Jake.
Terrible.
So yeah, it was major setup. So, but anyways, the Metro cop comes in, and he's like, "What happened?" I was like, "Dude, honestly, this guy, same thing. This guy's a bitch. Like, straight up. Like, I don't fucking touch women, and this is bullshit." And blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, well, I watched the videotapes. And he's like, dude, or he told the dude, he's like, get him out of handcuffs right now. That's how it went. And he's like, get him out of handcuffs right now. You're fucking up. And he's like, I didn't see anything, bro. I watched the whole, since you fucking left over there was nothing. And I was like, I know. There's something going on here. And then he gave me his information. And yeah, it was just another time of traveling while being a domestic terrorist. The little shit.
So you're never out of their reach.
No, dude. It's so, especially when you go into like these big corporations and shit, they're all controlled. It all goes back to the Zionist shit.
It's your phones too. I mean, they're
all of it. They listen to all that shit. They've already seen this. Like they've already watched it.
They're watching it with us
if they want to. Yeah.
So they're live.
We have no Wi-Fi out here. Just oh, they have our phones though. Fuck.
Yeah.
God damn it, Joe. Anxiety.
All right, Jake. Well, then you wanna anything you guys want to plug? Any IGs, plugs,
plug your stuff.
I think we already did. For the most
If you're not working out at the gym, make sure you get your ass over there. Get a membership.
Fucking A, bro.
It's the best gym in the high desert.
So I got a question. With the membership over here work in Havasu?
So that's a good question. Damn, you had to put me on the spot on that.
Yeah, because there's a lot of us that might get upset.
So there's going to be a deal set up because the way that it works is Ryan's going to be the owner. We're coming in as partners.
Okay.
And helping him with the brand, the system, and his mindset's like right on line with ours. So we're gonna set up a deal for like our high desert people, but not any other members from like San Diego or anything else.
Gotcha.
Like that.
There's a lot of people here that go there.
Yeah, it'll be a discount. We can't do it straight over just because we're not the technically the
It
owners.
might be nice to honestly offer like summer monthly plans or something, like be flexible with people that come for the summer months or you know what I mean.
For sure. Well, we don't do contracts anyway, so what difference does it make? You just fucking cancel.
Do you have a percentage of how many people actually use the gym and have memberships?
I could tell you that we have somewhere around 15,000 active members in the high desert.
That's pretty fucking good.
And on a busy day between both gyms, the checked-in workouts, like not saying if they had a guest pass or like, like back in the day when we honor anything that we start with people. Mm-hmm. We don't offer it now, but where you bring a guest with you, you can at any time. So that doesn't count on it, but we probably do about, 2,500 workouts a day.
Okay.
So out of 15,000 people, I mean, you can kind of look at the math that way.
Gotcha.
Like I could run a usage, I could have them create a usage report and really find that out. But
yeah.
So I mean, the only thing I look at is I make sure that the workouts are up. That's how I judge the business.
Yeah.
As long as we're getting a lot of check-ins, then that means everything is working. And I don't see any fucked up shit or, nothing crazy happening. The business is working.
Nice.
Fucking A.
Well, thank you guys, man. So
Yeah,
much for coming
man.
on.
It was a blast.
Yeah, this is our longest pod yet.
Definitely on the moon.
Yeah.
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Loves the Eddie high, right?
I guess your eyes are a bit heavy too.
yeah.
You're like, yeah, all right.
I'm there, bro. Hey, I'm there with him. I was at the fight. I was in Havasu.
The two Jakes.
I was in cuss behind him. Like,
He
fuck
forgot
you.
when Jake forgot about a story. Jake forgot about the story.
Hey, I'm like, Jake. I'm there.
Yeah.
Jake's,
I'm in
they're
cuss.
connected.
Kathy.
Yeah. Let go.
Yeah. Let go of him. Yeah, I was there with you, bro. For sure, man.
And then all of a sudden I stop and the screen goes off.
Yeah, I was like,
Who turned the film off?
yeah, it's like watching the porn and nobody comes. And then, like, what happened? Yeah. But again, guys, thank you guys for coming on for good time.
Oh, hell yeah.
Thank you
Thanks for
very
having
much.
us. We appreciate it.
And make sure you guys go to the best gym in the high desert
Yep.
in Apple Valley and Victorville. And re-rack your fucking weights, right, Jake?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm
That's straight from the boss.
Hey,
Yeah,
We
that's from the
fucking-
El Jefe.
Yeah.
The fucking Jefe.
Yeah.
But anyways, you know what it is, guys. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just want to say, like, that's your place, so take care of it. Why you want to fuck it up?
Fucking A, man.
Facts.
Fucking
Facts.
A. So,
Preach
all right,
it.
guys.
Thank you guys.
I
Go
also
ahead.
do want to say something too. So if anyone who is, really wanting to get better with their finances and someone who wants to just get education, know your options, I'd love to sit down with you and go over your plan and see what we can do for you. Everyone is different. Everyone has different goals. You have your short-term goals, you have your long-term goals. So I want to help you guys stay on track. So give me a call.
Yeah,
thing
definitely.
I want to add to that is like male or female, why wouldn't you want a hot financial advisor?
Facts.
Yeah, you'd be finding questions to go ask her.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey,
Like,
hey.
I keep it modest. Okay, I'm not like it's not like that, ladies. You
Yeah, but
trust
see,
me.
what makes that better, Jay, is if she's got the brains behind it.
Yeah,
You know
oh,
what I mean? So then you're like,
absolutely.
oh man.
Oh, we should have brought you a copy of. I'll get you guys one. The newest copy of Speedboat magazine. There's a full write up on Kathy. And
Oh, sick.
Didn't you did a little thing in your boat and all that, right?
No, this was because she does a lot of calendars and stuff for them, and been in their like 6 of their magazines.
Nice.
They wanted to show like the other side of like not all these girls, like because some people look at like models in magazines as bimbos.
Yeah.
But like here's the other side of this girl.
Yeah.
And it's financial advisor, real estate,
Super
sure.
cool. That's
Awesome.
cool, Kathy.
Yeah, good
Congrats.
shit, Kathy.
Go check her out.
Yeah.
Kathy with the K. Double
You guys want to make
underscore.
some money, get your mindset straight, hit up Kathy at
Kathy with a K.
Kathy with a
Kathy
K,
with
2 underscores.
Two underscores.
Yeah.
First underscore was already taken. I'm like, damn it.
Damn.
Kathy with a K
Yeah.
is taken, and underscore like second.
Nice. Okay, cool.
All right, guys. Thank you
Hell
very
yeah.
much.
Yeah, thank
Appreciate
you
it.
guys.
All right,
We had
guys.
so much fun.
You know what it is.
Yeah,
Smoke
Roil Talk.
Oh,
Yeah,
good
smoke.
Listen to Roil Talk.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you. We appreciate it.
Hey guys, you know what it is. Smoke, lift, and live. We out.
Peace.